Okay, so to recap, you all went to the temple and you met the legendary prophet, which happened to just be a familiar friend of Zen.
Frogman.
Yes, our little froggy buddy. Do you guys remember his name?
Robot.
Yes.
Sorry, I jumped at you.
Oh, Robert.
Do I get a point?
Yes. You all get a little star. It does nothing, but just be happy that you have one.
Ooh, I get another one.
Woohoo!
So yes, Mr. Robot, who clearly doesn't recall being able to give prophecies, decided to give all of you prophecies before disappearing. You met Etlin and you met Alex. You all attacked Alex, which was fun.
Independently.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a very well-coordinated
ended
attack for independently.
I think everybody decided to do it individually,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it just ended up
worked out
everybody took
really
advantage of everybody else's attacks.
No, I swore I like signaled at somebody to be like, I'm gonna tabletop this guy. I like got in position for the tabletop. You know?
And everybody decided to do something extra.
Uh-huh. I just sucker punched him.
Yeah. And
Hannes decided to light him on fire.
It wasn't on fire, it was an Eldritch Blast. He's not on fire yet.
Right. And how did you flavor your Eldritch Blast?
It's not fire, it's just a bright orange color that resembles fire.
And it gives off light.
Who needs a help action?
Yo.
I got help actions to throw, guys.
hopefully it'll be useful because I think Tennis might need it.
Yeah, hopefully we're in a fight.
Oh,
So, after you guys decided to pin this poor fool to the wall, Etlin tried to resuscitate him, but Aisling was like, "Bitch, you deserve better.
Yes.
You don't need to help this man."
Yes. Poor. Not so much.
And then you all decided that you were going to go to the oligarchs. What's her name? Cynthia showed up and was like, "What's up?" And Tennis was like, "Food, inside, go have fun." She's like, "Okay, I go eat because I've trusted you people."
I see
And,
absolutely no problem.
Yeah, no issues whatsoever. Just gonna go into this temple, not meant for my god, but it'll be great because food.
Her is a symbol of something, an enemy goddess of the current god. Can't go wrong.
So yeah, all disappeared. Dex decided to follow the group initially until he finally clicked in his head that he's going to the oligarch's home, which just happens to be a very political household where guards and whatnot tend to reside. So he decided, gonna not go that way, and
I'm gonna go to the black market again.
yeah, go back to the market, and then
Wait, did he? I actually lost track. Did he?
so he ended up trying to go back to the what's it called? It's safe to say that you were trying to go back to the brothel, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone back to the brothel. I would have just gone back to Wayward Town.
Don't
Okay,
push
so
the talk, my dude.
yeah, he forgets. It's fine. So instead of going back to the brothel, he decides to go back to the temple. And during that time period between the walk to the temple, Tanis realized Cynthia may not have entered the place at all. And she smelled something funny. Yes, Kin. She did smell something funny. And she followed the scent all the way back to Etlin, and Etlin's covered in the smell of medicinal herbs and alchemic chemicals. At this point, when she realizes the smell of is overflowing from Tanis, that would be around the same time that Dex would have showed up. But he'd be at the front of the temple while we have Tanis in the back, where Robot initially had greeted you all. So we will continue off from there, where Tanis is about to burn some shit on fire.
Some
Yeah.
shit on fire.
It's still raining outside.
It doesn't matter. It's not raining
Oh,
inside.
yes.
So
Yes.
just so that I'm aware, Alex is still unconscious, right?
Alex is very much still unconscious.
Okay. And the spent was
I
all
think I
coming
see where this
off
is going.
of what's her name? I forgot her name already.
Etlin, yes.
Etlin, yes. Okay, cool. I want to light Alex on fire.
You want to let you burn Etlin?
No, Alex, because I don't want to attack Etlin yet, because I'm still trying to
am
get
I
answers
there
from
yet?
Okay, you can definitely. Are you trying to harm him? Or you just want to
Yes.
light his clothes on fire?
No, I want to light
Okay,
him as a person whole on fire.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
this is about where I saw this going.
I don't know. That's about. I'm happy it's Alex and not Etlin. Not that I'm playing favorites with my NPCs, but like.
But you're kind of
and
playing
yes,
favorites with the NPCs.
Who can really vouch for that guy?
Like I said, at this point, Dex would be kind of coming back to he would have reached the temple by now.
I don't know.
No, you're out. Dex would be
barbecuing?
outside of the temple. I put your tokens here so you guys can watch the chaos happen. So technically you're not here, but you're visually to see things. You are. Your tokens are. So yeah, Dex, you would have noticed that Tanis is nowhere outside from where you guys had left her.
So I walk around and like show it.
I would walk around and shout out her name then. Dennis, Snake Lady, you here? The other guys are going to some cocksucker's house, so I decided to come back.
Tanis, do you want to roll that attack roll for me?
Yeah.
And
trying to
just
figure
because of
out,
how
do I
large
wanna
this
do-
place is.
Yeah.
So just because of how large the place is, your voice would not have been able to echo into the back chambers of the place.
Yeah.
I'd walk around and look to the left or right of like the temple and see if I saw her, and if I didn't see her, I'd walk inside.
Okay, sounds good. So while you're walking inside, Tanis is just about to burn a mofo.
That's an 18.
Yeah, an 18 hits. You also get advantage because he's prone, but I don't think that matters.
And unconscious.
And unconscious.
And
Not to mention
unconscious.
unconscious, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think
Do
the rules is
NPCs
written if they're unconscious, it attacks
are
against them count as a crit
Oh shit.
automatically.
I don't think they-
I don't know if you want to
melee
rule that that way.
I don't think they crit, they count as
I
like
think
death
that-
saving throws.
No,
So-
I think it's both.
Because right now, Alex is on death saving throws.
Yeah, the way I know it is
Yeah.
that like a ranged attack is 1 death saving throw, and a melee attack is 2 death saving throw fails in like
Mhm,
an
mhm.
unconscious person.
Yeah, that's kind
Oh,
of
see,
what
I
I
didn't know
remember.
that.
Yeah.
Look this stuff up if you want, or you can just determine it how you want to.
Yeah, you play
No,
how
we're
you
gonna
want.
go with the. We're just gonna go with the shit's gonna hit the fan real soon, and if you hit him and he goes under more than he already is, he's dead.
I'm hitting him,
Those
so
are 2 deaths. One more.
How dead am I?
Specifically, I think it's every. Specifically, I think it's every attack that hits counts as a crit. Your melee
Yeah.
attack. Let me continue looking this up. And again, I can look this up. I can stop if you
It's
want.
okay. It's not necessary. Don't worry about it. It's because it's Alex. I don't really care if he survives or not. But like, I
Any
I mean, I
attack that
care.
hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. When they're unconscious.
And that's
Ah.
why it's death saving throws. And
Attack
that's why when you
Rolls
attack-
against the creature also have advantage.
okay. All right. So what you
Being
hitting him for?
unconscious, not good.
So am I rolling this as a crit, or am
Uh,
I just rolling him as like?
It's gonna be a crit. Well,
The damage doesn't matter. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's not going to take away hit points. It's just going to be that I hit him
Yeah.
and he's on fire.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
That's why it's melee attacks count as 2 death saving throws, because under 5 feet it's melee attack and counts as a crit, and then out of it's still a hit, but it's only one death saving throw, and that's why it's not a crit. The damage doesn't really matter.
That doesn't really matter. So you hit him, but like I want to know how badly you hit him, so that I'm aware of how badly he's looking.
I think that's fair.
So
Also, how charred he is.
yeah. So that's why I'm asking. Do I roll this as a crit? Like, do you want me to roll my damage dice twice, or how do you like to do?
Yeah, go for it if you'd like. Well, for this one,
It's not damage.
for this roll you can do a crit. So roll twice.
That's 13.
Okay, that's okay. He's yeah, so he was already pretty not awake earlier. But his robes looked good earlier. Now not so much. And are you burning him from the head down or down?
Like right in the middle of the chest is where she's gonna aim. Because literally what she did is she did produce flame. So she conjured up a flame and then threw it at him.
Perfect. Sounds great. So he is bare-chested now. Congratulations. He's very, very hairy. He's got a little bit of a tummy.
Tender.
And
Not anymore.
he's very squishy. Very, very squishy.
Not anymore.
Oh, smell bacon. Got it.
Etlin, on the other hand, is freaking out because she's just like, what are you? Oh, but what
You know
are you
what? Fair
doing?
enough.
She's like full on panicking. There is no ventilation in this room, so the fact that there's like now smoke kind of filling the room, Etlin runs to the side door here and opens it up to let the smoke out. But she's
And
still
I-
like, what are you doing?
Oh, didn't be really mean. I need answers. You reek of them.
I don't understand. At this point, the smoke that is coming off of Alex is seeping into the main hall. Dex, while you're out there trying to find Tanis, you almost make eye contact with Thax, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yep. But just luckily for you, the smoke kind of catches everyone off guard.
Dex rolls his eyes and jogs into the back room.
He's like, oh no, not again.
Here we go again.
Oh shit, not again. Why? Why you do this?
Tanis has gone after Atlin.
So Etlin hasn't really left the room. She's just on the
Mhm,
corner there.
Yeah.
So
I see the burning body, I'm like, Snake Lady, why? What happened? Why you do this?
Etlin's looking at Tanis and Dex, both like, what are both of you doing here? Why are you burning another Hyrie? What's going on? And I don't understand. Like, she just looks completely baffled.
Yes, I would also like to know what happened. What happened? What's going on?
I need to send a
This is-
message to these gods.
Excuse me?
They keep taking what is mine. And she's gonna try to reach out and grab Etlin.
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if anything is anybody's because I think everything belongs to the gods, but we don't need to get into this philosophical debate. I assume that this is the asshole priest. Honestly, he kind of gets what he deserves. He was pretty bad person. But, so why Etlin? Etlin was a nice person.
Trying to grapple Etlin, is that right?
Yes, I'm trying
Can you
to
make
grab
a
her.
strength check, please?
Yeah.
And
Also,
you better-
Dex does not get in between the two girls because Snake Lady could kill Dex so easy. So Dex is just trying to talk her down and not like physically stop her.
Try to rationalize with her.
Etlin's gonna die.
Maybe not. I rolled a
Are you
6.
trying to rationalize with the scary, flaming snake lady?
I'm
Because,
trying to rationalize with her before I die to her, you know what I'm
Because
saying?
my hands are so shaking because I'm
Fair
so
enough.
mad. I just can't grab her right.
Yeah, and Etlin, keeping her head kind of cool, she's able to kind of like dodge to the side a little bit. Oh yeah, she definitely dodged that. She rolled a 23, so she moves and she like makes her way she puts Dex between the two of them.
Ooh, God.
Dex kind of in the fetal position, like ducks down. So like, also, I don't know if we've determined how tall Dex is.
Didn't we say it was like 3 feet?
Okay, because like normal halflings are like 4 feet, right?
I thought Dex was extra short.
Yeah, he's extra short. I was thinking 3 feet in my head as well. Okay, so Dex in his 3 foot tall height, then
Yard.
ducks down. Yeah, 1 yard tall. Ducks down to get even smaller and says, "Whoa, snake lady, snake lady, snake lady." This person, look at her. This person innocent. She would not do or take anything from you, and harming her won't get you answers. Explain to me situation, and maybe I can help figure out. I'm not strong, but figuring out is one of my specialties.
At this point, Etlin's kind of has her arms kind of like in front of her, trying to be like in a defensive position. She's like, I don't understand what's going on.
And
If the gods are involved in this somehow, I assure you, I haven't seen anything. We should probably find Robit. He might know what's going on.
Oh, please bring Robit back. Please bring Robit back. No, Tanis is kind of,
I love that, man.
because I
Love that
had rolled
frog.
to see what her mindset was at the end of the last session. It was not good, so she's kind of a little crazed. And I think Dex will
Sounds
probably
fair.
see in her eyes that like she is not thinking rationally at this moment. She is 100% determined to get revenge on these gods by any means necessary. And she's actually going to like keep her eyes on oh my god, I keep forgetting her name.
You could call her Caitlin if you want, because it's
Caitlin.
similar to Caitlin.
I'm sure. I'm gonna call her Caitlin. Etlin. She's going to keep her eyes on Etlin, and she's just gonna say, since the gods like to take what is mine, it's only right for me to take what is theirs. And she's gonna launch an attack at her.
whoa, my friend. These people are not properties of the gods. They just hang around and like the gods. They don't really do anything, and it's not like the gods really talk to them through all their praying. So it's like harming them doesn't really do anything. But I can understand your how you say frustration with the gods. Yes, they're bad. They turn blind eye to many injustice, and they're not good. But this is not how you get back at them. But
She
what
is
happened? What is
touched
current
by
situation?
one of them. I could smell it on her.
Oh.
Dex like makes a sniff.
Mm.
What can I roll?
You can roll an investigation check, sir. If he gets less than a 5, this is gonna be great.
18 plus.
18 plus 4, 22.
Woo!
Tell me everything.
So you are. Your nose isn't as refined as Tanis's, of course, but you do smell something a little off from the smoke that's coming off of Alex's body. It doesn't like smell like only smoke. It charred clothing and hair. You can also kind of get a scent, a greenish herbal scent, but for whatever reason, it's not coming off of the body. It's coming from behind you. And from what you're aware of, earlier you hadn't. That scent wasn't that wasn't something you smelled earlier, while you were anywhere near Etlin. And you were trying to flirt with her last time, weren't you?
I don't think.
I don't
You
think I
were.
was trying to flirt with her.
He tried
Okay,
to wink
maybe
and he
I'll-
failed.
Maybe I'll.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, So yes, so the herbal smell, it's almost medicinal to you. It's coming from etlin, and you can't see or see any different about etlin, but you can feel that something is surrounding her, like some type of aura.
Like a godly aura.
Sure. Godly would be, I wouldn't say godly, but godlike.
What's the difference?
I don't know, but there's a difference.
Okay, I see why she is different. I can also get a sense that she is not the same as she was earlier, because she was definitely different. I would have noticed this smell. I can understand where you are coming from, yes, but I don't necessarily know if this is god power or why the gods have chosen to do what. Maybe it was some kind of possession. I don't know if the gods do this.
Tennis, are you still planning on throwing that attack?
I really am.
Okay.
Dex does not block.
Yeah, I imagine this plea is like happening as she's attacking.
Yeah, as she's just like
Gets,
ready to
5
throw it.
seconds
So,
in.
are you going to? What are you casting? Because I need to know if Dex is gonna get hit.
Firebolt.
That sounds like a Dex is gonna get a little
Dex might get a little toasty. If he's like
He's
in
also
the fetal position,
position.
like it'll miss him. But he'll probably feel the heat coming
Oh.
off of it as it like.
It depends
brushes
on what
past
you
him.
roll.
True,
Let's see
true.
your attack roll.
She might deflect your hand down
13.
directly into Dex.
Oh no, she's fine.
What the? What?
Wait, what is this person's AC?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Right.
But 13 does not hit,
Mm-hmm.
and
13
instead she was
isn't
able
ridiculous.
to deflect it.
Yeah, but this is like a normie.
Are you sure about that?
I don't
Not
know.
anymore.
Did you not just hear what Tana said?
You thought that this person that had a godly aura
Yeah,
had
did you not hear what
No, it
Tannis-
wasn't godly, it was godlike.
Godlike,
godlike aura?
There's a difference.
Divine.
apparently.
So yeah, when you cast the spell, a very bright shimmering light kind of just basically blocks the attack, but something that's going to be very strange that actually, Dex, would you have been closing your eyes during the attack?
Probably.
All right, so Tannis, what you would have seen is that a bright light would have come in front of Etlin, and at first it came off as like a rippling of water washing over her or in front of her, but then all of a sudden a shimmering of scales kind of overlap it, and then it goes back to water as it's disappearing. Dex, because you weren't paying attention, but due to your you don't get hit, you're fine, but you do feel that something's a little off about you've felt holy magic around you before, but something seems a little off. Like you feel a sense of holiness, but then you feel something a little off and back to holiness in the quick time that spell was casted.
Dex immediately backs away from Caitlyn, and then goes behind her, and then has another think, and then goes farther away, and's like, okay, that's a little weird. You point blank scary snake lady blast her and nothing happened. This is not normal.
Etlin's looking at the both of you. Is like, I don't understand what's happening here. Can
He's
you
still on
just please
fire.
like I understand that there seems to have been an issue when you were here earlier, and I'm sorry that I wasn't able to assist you, but please, can we just talk this out? I don't know what's going on. If the gods have taken something from you, maybe I can help you. I don't understand.
So you did not see what just appeared before me then?
She shakes her head no. I
She's
don't
going to
understand.
attack again.
Oh shit, souls. Go for it.
It's called fire.
Dex, are you behind in front? Who are you next to right now?
No, I like fully moved away from like the whole situation. From the whole situation, because like I saw her tank like a point blank fireball or like firebolt from Scary Snake Lady. So I like my first like gut reaction was to hide behind her, and then I was like, wait, no, she's just gonna blast more. So then I like moved to like the edge of the room.
Fair.
24.
Pressing himself up against the wall, or
Yeah, behind like right here. Behind
oh,
the
that wall. Okay.
24.
Yeah.
That hits. That definitely hits. Oh fuck, that hits.
9 damage.
Okay, 9 damage. Not too bad, not too bad. She takes the damage. What spell are you using? Is it Firebolt again?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so she takes the damage. She tries her best to dodge it, but just misses. It basically you scar half of her face and probably around her shoulder there. And she's kind of looking at it like, oh my god, she's in shock, and she immediately like casts a spell on you, or tries to cast a spell on you.
Oof.
In retaliation. Let me just pull it up.
Ew.
She's going to cast Calm Emotions.
Okay.
You need to roll a saving throw, please. Charisma.
Bold of you to
Oh,
assume
and,
she has emotions.
She does have really high charisma, that's true.
22.
Oh no, you're laughing.
Oh,
Jesus motherfucker! The anger in you is
It's just like,
boiling.
no.
And the
she's
fact-
a warlock.
Yeah, no, 100%. But Etlin don't know this, and she's like, oh,
Yeah.
I think I made it worse.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
how did Etlin react to being hit again?
she kind of like panics. She's never been like, she's been slapped around and she's been bullied and whatnot, but never been like magically attacked. And so there's a shock and almost kind of like a fear. Basically her casting Calm Emotions was almost like a reaction, a form of self-defense almost. But you can tell that she is not used to battle, and this is all not. She doesn't look like she knows what she's doing.
Okay, I need to roll something to see if Tanis keeps going.
That's fair.
Can I give the health action to roll that you don't?
Can I like do something?
I don't
to
think
try to
that's
get
how
you
that
not
typical.
to?
Actually,
My
Nope,
friend,
no.
please, this is not getting anywhere. Why we need to do this?
Hit her again.
okay, so I rolled really low, so she's still really angry. But can I request a persuasion check from Dax? Because he's been trying really hard, and I want to see how it would affect Tanis.
I am more than fine with you to request such a thing. Dex is
I'm looking.
Very
Hold on. Oh, I'm so persuasive,
persuasive.
dude.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
persuasive. Mm-hmm.
14 plus 2, 16. Woohoo!
Okay.
Got good rolls tonight.
That would. Okay. Okay, we rolled something. Okay, so then Tanis will actually look at Dex now. And then take a look back at Caitlin and see the damage that she's already done on her. And then she's gonna look towards Alex. How's he doing? Is he dead? Did he actually die?
No, he's not dead. He passed.
Not dead yet.
But he's definitely like a good portion. His nice holy robes are basically damaged to no repair. He is definitely burnt over. He's crispy bacon style.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming there's some
Like, the
permanent
fire's
damage
gone,
on
it's
him,
finished.
but is there any like?
Yes.
Can I see if there would have been any permanent damage on Caitlin?
Yeah, you can make a medicine check if you'd like,
Sure.
but you'd have to get close to her.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fair. The moment you get close to Etlin, she kind of flinches and she tries to walk backwards, but she realizes she's kind of like stuck, and she's like, "Please, I don't know what I've done wrong." Hands
That's,
up again, trying to.
A 17 for medicine.
Perfect. So luckily, because Etlin is half Triton, the scars on her body don't look like they'll. There will be scarring, but it doesn't look like it will last forever if it's taken care of properly.
You said luckily, right?
Yes. Etlin is still kind of trying to push herself back away from you, and she's like even looking at Dex for like, I don't understand what's going on. You guys were so nice earlier.
No, we weren't.
Okay.
I
you
was
get
really
it out,
hoping you'd
you
say
look a
she'd
little
have
more
something, because then Tannis would be satisfied with that. But the fact that it's like she might just recover and go back to normal afterwards is messing with her.
That's if it's taken care of.
Yeah.
If it's taken care of.
My friend, okay, you get it out? We're okay? Look at Caitlin. Caitlin, you okay? Okay, can we talk now? What happened?
I think
Like that.
what Tannis is gonna do is she's going to reach out and run her fingers across the burn marks.
Ooh, yeah, okay. Etlin
Ah.
is she's visibly like
Dex.
it's upsetting.
Dex also winces.
Like she's doing her best to stifle like a wincing cry. Like her eyes are closing tight, and you can see like tears welling up in her eyes as she's like biting down on her bottom lip, trying not to move and trying not to make a sound, because she's like, you can probably choke me out if you wanted to, and I'm not down for that. But hey, this is what the gods want.
But she's gonna do that, and then she's going to kind of whisper threateningly to Etlin, just, "You're lucky he is here today. Next time you pray to your gods, remember they did this to you." And then she's gonna turn around and start leaving.
Dex is gonna follow closely behind, but definitely throw a wink towards Etlin as he walks out.
Now of all
He's gonna
times.
look loud and like gives her like a bro nod and like gives a little wink and like maybe even finger guns and walks out.
I just saved your life. Haha.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta give her a little sly little smirk, being like, "You don't owe me anything, but I was here. I helped." Yes, and I walk out and try and follow closely behind
Man,
Scary Snake.
Tannis is the best wingman.
Yeah, that's exactly the whole point of this
Okay,
conversation.
Tannis. Whoa, you have long legs. Why you walk so fast, my friend? What happened?
They took Cynthia.
I am not Dex forehead palms. Why you think this? So you don't see hold on, Bark, my friend.
Bark is confused as fuck.
Bark, the weird shit happened. Bark.
He looks around and he finally sees you through all the smoke and this confusion. He's friend.
Yes, friend. Did you not see Snake earlier?
Snake?
Dex turns around and walks away. Okay. Did you see Cynthia crawl into temple?
Asking.
I'm asking Tannis. Did you
Yes.
see her go in through the doors of the temple?
Yes.
Would have also seen her go in.
Yes. Yes.
Alright, what can I roll to like investigate what happened? So my hunch as Dex is that like the gods like dimension doored the doorway or something. So Cynthia never ever came in.
Roll a religion check.
Oh fuck me, dude.
Roll a religion and an investigation.
Okay, alright. I'm good at one of those. And it's not the Jesus one.
There's no Jesus.
Okay, +2. Come on. 10 plus 2, 12. For religion. Investigation +4. Come on. Oh, I'm lucky. I'm halfling. I got a 1. Oh, I got a
Ooh, you
5
remembered.
plus
Oh, God.
4, 9.
Sag.
Dex tries to like look really smart in this moment, and Dex like looks around, rubs his chin a little, looks back at Tannis, looks back at the room, looks back at her, and is like, "Where the fuck did Cynthia go? What happened? This person now suddenly has god powers." Which was weird, because that was not there earlier. And then we saw Cynthia crawl into church, but no person in church saw Cynthia. What the fuck happened? Do I get anything off my religion check, though? What did I get? Like a 12?
Yeah, so you are the assumption that you had earlier, your character definitely could have had as well. I mean, that's not completely random.
Yeah, that's what Dex.
That's what Dex would think.
Yeah, and from your religion check, and in regards to the fact that you were raised in Miletus, it isn't unheard of that back in the day, when the gods were more active, they tend to not appreciate certain things in their temples. So knowing that this is the temple of Thassa, and that there was a snake in the temple of Thassa, you can only make the best of assumptions.
Okay. This is what happened from my educated opinion. This is Tassa Temple now, and back a long time ago, Miletus was a big hub for gods, and whenever they did not like something, they actively removed it. My best guess is that a god, maybe Tassa, maybe a person, like a priest or something, casted dimension door on this door as Cynthia came in and removed her, not allowing her to come in.
And then where is she now?
That is great question. That dimension door could have led into forest. That dimension door could have led to different continent or plane. I'm sorry, my friend, I don't have this answer, but I have a good idea who it was.
Then
Thassa's a god of sea, right?
yes.
Okay, so the scaly sea, divine protection on like the girl also adds up to Thassa getting rid of Cynthia. Dex
God, I want to
like
say something.
pinches the bridge of his nose. Okay,
Only
say
because your
something.
religion was so not amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, we're gonna cut back to the other group. Just to make sure, are you two going to head over to the oligarchs? Where are you two heading?
My friend, do you think maybe we need drink?
Yes, we
Maybe
definitely
we're
need
silence.
drink.
Yes, maybe we can figure out what we do about this very odd god close hand in thing problem. The gods aren't this usual hands-on.
It's clear you don't know much about the gods then.
I don't know if know is the right word. Maybe experience with is the right word. Because I know a lot, but I have not personally been hand to the wrath of the gods.
Consider yourself lucky then.
I do consider myself lucky in this regard, but luck does not happen in all regards. But let's go get a drink.
Drink time.
Alright, so while those two go for a drink, we're going to jump over to Cypress, Zen, and Aisling. So by the time you guys reached here, you probably didn't know. If you guys want to actually roll a perception check for me to see if you guys noticed Dex leaving or not.
I think
Jesus.
This is how I circumvent
7.
going to the oligarch, by the way.
Very nice, very nice.
Perception check from my other.
Nat 1.
Oh! Nobody's paying attention for
4
Dex.
total.
Dang. No one cares about Dex, Sag.
Well, I'm not. Doesn't mean the others
Yeah,
aren't.
I wouldn't have really stealthed away. I would have more Irish goodbye. I just wouldn't have said anything and turned around.
So, collectively, nobody saw Dex disappear. But so you all arrive to the oligarch's home, and a very familiar satyr is standing in front of the door. Don't know if you guys remember him from the first time you tried, or at least Tanis and Zen.
Yeah.
For
I
Aisling
think he had a
and
sleepy
Cypress.
discussion.
Yes.
Let's see. I don't know.
Yes, Cypress and Aisling, you two haven't met this guy yet.
No.
But he's just standing there, all pretty,
Mm-hmm.
just looking at you
Well.
people.
Okay. Then he's the one with papers, right? Or, well,
Yes.
we don't have papers yet. We're here to get papers.
Yes,
Yes.
Zen did receive trading papers, but he also received, I believe, a coin from Molus the night of drinking.
Okay.
Yeah, one ID coin, which has the picture of Molus's face on it.
Ooh,
So, do we remember? Is the question in game? I guess that's up to us.
I think you guys, yeah, it's up to you, because I'm pretty sure it was happening in front of you guys. Because Molus was super drunk, and you guys were all surrounding the table. Yeah, go ahead. The gentleman at the front is not paying much attention to you all. He's just kind of looking at you with a smug look, like, ugh.
So if I pull out the papers, what will he do?
He's gonna look you over, kind of like a very disgusted look, unimpressed, and he's like, ugh, I guess you finally made it. Are you the Firebird and
we have?
his accomplices?
We're not criminals, if
Is
that's
that-
what you're
gonna
asking.
start looking at, like, is there a puddle nearby?
It's still raining, so yes.
Just gonna look down in the reflection really quick. Are your eyes okay?
My eyes. Good sir, why do you ask?
You asked if I was a firebird.
He like smacks his lips, like, ugh.
Are you tired?
Do you have a problem with us? Or this man? This bird? Man? How do we refer to you? I don't know. Not important right now.
Just,
Do you have a problem with him?
We're with him.
this is, I do not
Didn't work too hard. You should rest if you're that tired.
Yeah.
I will take your words into consideration. Sir. He opens the doors behind him. He's like, please, follow me. I shall take you to the meeting room. I don't know why I keep saying longsword as I push this button.
Thank you. Oops.
I'm gonna carry sand.
Yes,
As
we
you guys
follow?
enter this hall, yes. So as you guys are following, you're
Be
walking
my
down
guess.
this long, elegant hallway full of floral and fauna. But at every entrance or every door, you'll notice that there's a hoplite guard of some sort, just kind of blocking, all looking at you, kind of like, who the fuck are these people? Because clearly they are
Gotcha.
not used to seeing so many strangers in the oligarch's home. The gentleman in front of you opens the doors into the home. And as soon as those doors open, you see Mola standing there, his arms open out, spread out. He's like, my friends! Sir, I've
Hello,
finally brought
Mollis?
your company. Hello, oh, it's so good to see you all. Oh, it's so good, it's so good. I was worried that I was too drunk the night before and I didn't leave you all with the things I needed to. Glad that didn't happen.
Fortunately, it seems like
You
things
seemed,
worked out.
Yes.
Please don't mind Nod.
Mhm,
He's a little bit of a stickler. Please follow me, follow me. You said you wanted, you needed things from me, is that right? Oh, my favorite Birdman! You've joined us as well. This is great. Come, come, come. I have tea, and the gentlemen are also waiting for you. I assure you, they're just as excited as I am.
Right? You have a beautiful home. How many staff do you keep?
Oh, just under 100. It's fine.
It's very large.
My word.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hello?
How many people
Hello?
live here? Hello.
Sorry, everything went super quiet for a second.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mollis has just greeted you, and he's taking you over into the seating area. He said, ignore the satyr, because he is kind of a stickler and an annoying bastard. So please, ignore him. Come, follow me. I am excited to introduce you to the rest.
How many people live here?
Oh, just the three of
It's
us.
huge.
And of course the help, but it's only us three. The most important people
In
of
all
Data.
this space. Can house so
Okay.
many people.
I see.
Come, 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 come.
I'm mumbling to himself.
He pushes the doorways
Yeah.
and
It'll probably be obvious to see, but oh,
And
Okay.
inside the room here is just this large, long dining table, but no one's sitting there. Super fancy, super high class. This is definitely the nicest thing you've seen in the last how many days of travel?
Yes.
It is clean. It is bright. It is green. A lot of porcelain, a lot of china. Kind of have to be careful. As you can see, there's wine bottles along the side here, just kind of sitting there waiting to be picked, to be drank.
Yeah, Cypress, I don't think he's got his jaw on the floor, but it's definitely like he's kind of like looking around like, whoa. Okay. That's a lot.
Come, come, come.
Kinda
Aizen definitely
contemplative.
looks uneasy, being it, like she's just looking around at everything, and when they come to the table, she doesn't take a seat. She just kind of stands by with her hands behind her back, kind of like, all right, like this, like kind of like a servant would, waiting to take orders.
Mollis opens the back doors here. Do you guys want to do a quick perception check for me, please?
Yeah. Does he gesture for us to take a seat, or does he just
Not
kind
just
of
yet.
remains? Okay. Perception check. Ooh,
Uh,
21.
Ooh, 19.
Ooh. Zam.
21.
Oh god, guys, your perceptions. Why don't we have good perceptions in the other game?
And no one has wisdom.
Nobody has high wisdom, I don't think, or like prioritized wisdom or perception.
I mean,
Nope.
Who needs high wisdom?
exactly. No
Perception.
one.
It's not like we need a cleric or a druid or anything.
Nah.
So you
Ranger, who,
No.
his thing is
None
being
of
able to
that.
spot enemies like a mile away.
Yeah, no.
not
That's-
important.
That's
what
no
are you gonna
fun.
use wisdom and perception for?
That's
Not like
a
a-
good stat
you
for
have a
all you
roll
new
twice.
players. You just dump your stats in wisdom.
It's not like perception is one of the most useful skills in D&D.
Yeah, it's not like the passive.
Hmm.
It's not like your modifier and modifiers if you roll under a 10 every time.
I mean,
I mean,
that's
that's
also
fair
true.
too. Celia.
Listen. Eh.
just attacking everyone now.
I'm teasing.
So from where you guys are standing, you can hear in the back room two distinct male voices. You guys, with the way the place is set up, the echo from the room can be heard almost super clear to you three. You overhear these two people talking about having to restrain the Nyxborns. You hear another person saying that that's unheard of. Another one saying something about the returning, and something that would catch all of your ears is that the silence of 100 years has been broken. As soon as those doors open, these two gentlemen kind of come out, and I will send pictures
Question real quick.
Shoot.
Question real quick. Something that might be good to think about now. Cypress brought his glaive with him, and he kind of was walking with it. Did they ask for weapons when they entered, or
No.
does he still have it with him?
He still has it with him. No weapon has
Okay.
been confiscated from any of you. It's just, you can assume that that's the reason why they were all staring at you. Normally in places like this, you are right to think that they would take it from you, but for whatever reason, they didn't. And I'm trying to find the other gentleman. Which one did I put in there just now? Because my memory is shit. Okay.
Nice boots.
Damn,
And-
some boots.
This gentleman. So these two gentlemen pop up from behind Molus. And he's like,
Gosh.
Fabulous
friends,
hair.
darlings, I've brought our new meh. And he stumbles on his words. That's not just me as the DM. That's him stumbling on his words as he's trying to bring these folks into the room. Come, sit. It's now at this point Molus is offering seats to you all, beckoning you all to sit down.
I roll an insight check on these two.
You're
Kinda
more
see,
than welcome to.
Are they done with Melissa's shit? Are they
That's a good
curious about
question.
us? Are they menacing? They think that do I think they're about to attack? Because they
Fair.
did just talk about
Roll.
restraining some
Yeah.
frickin' Nyxborn. That is that was an insight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, insight. That's 12 total.
Those two have very serious looking faces, and from what you can tell, they've probably dealt with Molus for quite some time. But even they have the oh god, he talks face, the
Okay.
eyes closed, I thought we had more time to talk amongst ourselves, but he's back.
So they're yeah, he's back. Okay. They seem pretty done with it.
Yeah.
Could I roll a history check on them?
Of course, you're more than
recognize
welcome
anything
to.
about them?
Go for it, child.
Okay.
Mhm.
That is that's a 10. That's not good.
They do not look familiar to you. Unfortunately, you weren't raised around a lot of picture books, or even the things that you've studied never had a lot of pictures of people at the very least. So these two don't look familiar to you. One thing that you will be able to kind of pull off is that both of them are human, while Molus is definitely not human. If anything, some would call him a Nyxborn. But yes, Molus is offering seats to you all. You can clearly see that the two gentlemen choose not to sit near him. They'll sit across from him, but not near him. Do you take seats?
Hello?
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 Oh, hello.
Hello?
So everyone can hear me. I'll sit next to our new friend.
Molus?
Yep.
The moment you sit next to Molus, Molus puts an arm around you. I'm assuming you're a very scrawny little bird.
It's more like he's lanky. He's usually almost hunched when he walks around, but then he does that weird stand-uppy thing, and he's actually a good 6 feet, 6'4", if he's actually standing up straight.
Oof.
So he had his brother was a little bit taller than him, but he was really bulky, so he looked big.
I see. So, okay. So he, like, puts his arm around you, and he realizes that you're not as skinny as he thought you were from what he vaguely remembers the night before. And he's like, this here, my good friends, he, like, hits you in the chest. And it's like, this is a good bird. The other two kind of roll their eyes, and it's like, all right.
I'm gonna sit next to Zen, I think.
Perfect.
But he's gonna kind of like, he's gonna start by like taking, like kind of grabbing this. Actually, let me roll for something. He's gonna. Do you know the Riker Maneuver?
The Riker Maneuver.
It's
Sounds
basically
familiar.
aware of like sitting in a seat in basically the most extra way possible. Let me see if I can find a GIF of it.
Why does this sound familiar? Who's Riker?
I was about to
Oh,
say, if he
from
sits in this chair like Dante, just kicks it up, spins it, and then lands.
Does he like put his leg up on it and then sits on the table?
Yes. And he will keep his glaive kind of in his hand, but like, you know, obviously like holding it next to him as he sits.
What about you,
Daisy
Aisling?
She was sort of like, while she's kind of trying to study these two guys, she'll just sort of, her hand will sort of rest on the back of a chair, kind of, but sort of like she's too distracted trying to read the room before she sits.
Mm-hmm.
And awkwardly she scoots in, making a bit too much noise than what she wanted to. And she just sits
Molus's
at the very
laughter
end.
is, of course she does. Molus's laughter kind of hovers the screeching noise of the chair, because again, this place echoes like mad. And the two strangers are eyeing, in particularly, the one who decided to be extra with his seat, and the one who's sitting super, super far away. And they both just look. They have the same face as the person who originally let you in, almost, with the whole, oh my god. What are we doing here?
What the hell?
Molus is basically talking nonsense, laughing to himself, saying things about how much he had a great time last night. He starts talking about some stories that he randomly puts you all in, saying that you were there when he proposed to some girl, and this bird was his best man at the wedding. None of the things that he's saying is making any sense. But the other two clearly don't seem bothered by, well, seem to pay attention to him, as they're kind of just eyeing the three of you. As Molus is kind of talking, once there's like a moment of quiet, the gentleman with a very long coat, who's super, super pale, kind of like, I'm sorry about our friend, Molus, but I believe you're here for business. Am I wrong?
Yes.
And I'm assuming it's not, or doesn't have anything to do with Molus's quote-unquote wedding.
Not unless he's inviting us.
No. I don't think so.
That can be another day's discussion.
Molus is just laughing. He's like, yeah, of course you guys are invited to my wedding. After all the shenanigans we went through. You remember that one time 3 years ago? He still continues talking.
Last time.
Dex wishes he met this character, by the way.
Aisling is just looking at these two gentlemen and like glancing at Molus, like trying to sort of she's eyeballing Mullis, and then trying to look at these guys, like trying to be like, silently
Ow.
ask them, what is he saying? Why he always like this?
If you guys want to, actually, with your perception checks earlier, you would have noticed that the wine bottles, they're all beautifully pristine on the side, but one of them was missing. You can only assume where it went. The gentleman who has the long coat continues on, and it's like, from what I understand, you took care of some issues by the gates yesterday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Wait,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
though apparently we weren't supposed to do that till today. Or was it tomorrow?
He kind of looks at you confused, is like, I don't understand your... Are you making a joke?
Neither do I. Neither do I.
We met
You guys
someone who
talking
said
about
that
Rogue?
we were.
Rogue?
Yes.
Who is Rogue?
Yes.
Blind guy that
He
I
apparently
think wasn't blind,
projected
might
or
be blind.
prophesized that we wouldn't.
Something.
Well, he
Huh.
projected that we wouldn't have fought the people that we did yesterday until today.
The gentleman with the long cloak kind of bends over and starts whispering something into the other gentleman's ear. If you want to roll perception, you can, but I don't think you guys would be able to pick up
Yes.
on what he's saying. But please feel free to.
I rolled an
Mm.
11.
Okay. That is a 19.
19.
16.
16. Okay. And Cypress?
11.
Okay. So unfortunately, the 11 doesn't pass. But the other two do. But unfortunately, Zen, you don't understand this language as he's speaking in Celestial. And I think Aisling,
Darn.
you
Wait.
speak Celestial, right? Oh no, you don't. You speak Elvish. Oh
The
no.
one person that
No, I
understands
don't.
Celestial.
Common, Druidic, and Elvish. Oh,
I'm so
I don't
sorry.
recognize any words.
You understand
Dang it.
they are speaking in Celestial. But one thing for sure that you
Ew.
notice while they're whispering is that they are looking at you and their eyes have kind of squinted in this kind of accusing manner.
Oh, at everybody?
At the three of
Or
you. At the three of you. You do
Okay.
hear the mention of rogue, and you hear the word of prophecy or prophesized. I believe that was the word you used.
Mhm.
Is that right, Aisling? Yeah. Okay. The
Yes,
gentleman with his bare chest opened, that isn't Molus, speaks up, and he's like, "I understand you've met with another prophet. Is this not correct?"
We
I
have
met my
we
friend,
didn't.
but he told us something. It wasn't him talking.
Is this the rogue you speak of?
Rogue was the blind
no.
guy who was after we had to fight the
I understand. So you are saying there are two people who have seen the future.
I think one
Oh
was
my
told
God.
and the other one but then he doesn't remember.
Hmm.
We're not really
Very
sure.
Interesting. Very peculiar.
But yes, we did take care of an incident yesterday.
I understand. We will make sure you are taken care of. Molus kind of looks at everybody and kind of seeing how kind of tense it's kind of gotten in the room. He slams down the bottle that had gone missing. Where he had it stashed, who knows? But he pulls it out of nowhere and smashes it on the table. Like, not smashes. He puts it on the table. It's like, I think we all need a drink.
The other Zen would be proud.
I just got to imagine like a self-storage ring where he could just pull any bottle he wants.
That's a nice idea.
Me and you didn't see where it came from,
Ooh.
so it's possible. The other two look
As soon
kind
as
of like roll their eyes.
I will pull up cups.
as soon as Mola said, "I think we need a drink," Aisling would have just jolted up just a little bit. Like she would have put her hands on the arms of the chair and just like began to sit up, and that before sitting down again.
Oh. Guessing it was too noisy for her. As you pull out the cups,
No.
what was that?
When I brought out the cups, he would have stood up and tried to introduce himself to these two gentlemen.
Okay.
For a proper introduction, and would have pulled out his jug and offered them a really, really nice to secure or officialize the license to distribute.
Good. As you pull out these
introduce
mugs.
himself. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You're breaking
see
in
how
now.
it does.
Okay. Either way, when Mola sees these cups, he starts laughing his head off. He's like, "See, they're always prepared. That's why they came to
no.
my wedding."
Who's pouring this wine?
Um,
Or is
Mollis is pouring the wine into the mugs that Zen pulled out.
okay? Okay, I see.
Is this any better?
What kind of wine is it?
So far, it's okay.
A couple of words. We'll see.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no,
Really?
he'll introduce himself, and I rolled for it, so he got a 4 on this. So he actually does an
Aw.
okay job. He
Aww.
just properly introduced himself. I am Zenra of the Fotia tribe and village, and I am looking for information on the Nero tribe and village, as well as the Ya tribe and village.
As soon as you mentioned those villages, the gentleman with the open-chested shirt kind of looks at you surprised, almost as if he's like, how, like surprised, and then his eyes kind of go back into squinting quizzically, like, why are you looking for this information?
It is part of my trial. Well, it wasn't supposed to be, but it is now.
Trial. Then he looks at the other
There's some
two.
reason for him not to.
Are you also looking for this information? Are you also part of the trial?
No. But can't a man be curious?
Mollis just like smacks Zen on the back. He's like, "Don't worry, we have all the information in the library. That's why you're here, isn't it?"
I extend a hand to them, and Cypress says, "Hello, I am," and I'm gonna roll a wisdom check. Actually, let me see what.
I'm like a
This-
disgraced, wanted man. Don't worry about it. Probably a big ass bounty on my head. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you don't need to know. Don't worry.
Insight, maybe insight to see if this is the sort of thing that I should be asking or telling these people. Maybe, or would it be history or like my name?
I would
You know what?
say that's a good question, because I would say insight.
Yeah. Okay.
You John Doe, or are you actually going to tell him your name?
Yeah.
That's a 8. So, I think he goes on ahead and says, "I'm Cypress from Rescos."
The formerly wanted man.
He doesn't say that. I think that
Oh,
just
we don't know who
isn't
these people
good
are. They
advice.
could have like direct connections.
They could, for all I know.
As Moses is trying to give away these mugs, as soon as you said your name, he kind of flinches for a moment
Molus?
and then continues serving the rest of the mugs.
Molus?
Mhm.
Okay.
The other two don't seem to notice anything strange about your name. So, You are Zen, the Firebird. You are Cypress of where again?
Franciscus.
Oreskos. Is that not the village of lions?
It is the grasslands. They do not own the territory, they merely travel it, living off the land. Though, yes,
But you are Man, and they allowed you with them?
for a time.
This is odd. This is very interesting news. I have never heard of man walking among the lions.
It's rare indeed, and I did not meet another in my entire time there.
So
I like
man
this
who
guy.
walks among lions, and bird who wishes to find villages. What of you, child at the end?
Me? I'm traveling to Akros. I have my reasons to go back there, but I also have never been to a library, and I heard that, well, this is a place notorious for having many books on many subjects, and there was something I would like to research. I've been plagued by some dreams for quite a few nights, and I'd like to sort out the meaning of them.
I see. So travelers, all of you. Very interesting. He says this, but he's kind of glaring over at Zan. Like trying to see into his soul.
Zen's
You-
offering
Ooh.
some ale from a jug.
He
What
looked
of you? You are the leaders of this city, right?
the
Correct.
gentleman with the long coat speaks up. He's like, yes, we are devoted heads of data. I am Adrif. The gentleman next to me is Vamar, and I'm sure you're aware of, that is Molus. Please do not need to worry about remembering our names. I do not expect to see you all for very much longer. Unless you are planning on staying here. He says kind of accusingly.
Well, we are travelers. We will do what
Well,
we...
say he was going to take us
We
somewhere
shouldn't
else.
be here long. Don't intend to be inconvenienced.
This rogue, you keep mentioning him as someone who foretold your coming and apparently going.
No, he was told of our coming, but we didn't do it right.
Huh.
You seem to not get it right entirely. Entirely,
think
though.
He was told what might happen, or what was going to probably happen,
And
but then we did
is-
something else because we can do something else.
Is this rogue a friend of yours?
No, we met him yesterday.
We have not known him for long.
Molus kind of looks dejected when you said you just met him yesterday, and he's not your friend.
Okay, I thought he was asking about Rogue.
No.
not Molus.
Yeah.
He was asking about Rogue, but Molus is also like, I just met you yesterday.
Does he actually say that though?
I mean,
No, he
can
just kind of looks a
instinctively,
little sad. He's like sipping his drink, a little like quieter.
Was he sipping loudly?
He was definitely, you know,
Aw.
that beaming look
That's
of like
bizarre.
anime characters who are super super happy, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh, the sun is
Oh.
not on them. That's kind of the take of what's going on.
Oh no, their
It's a
eyes have
little
become a
sad that he doesn't
gradient.
remember that we literally announced our friendship when he did the actual trade and drink. Oh well.
Yep. But Molus is like just sitting there.
It's still
Adrift,
laughing?
the gentleman with the long coat, he kind of notices Molus kind of acting a little weirder, but he just brushes it off and he continues. By any chance, is this rogue? How shall I say it? A creature with horns.
I didn't I didn't see any.
You seem awfully interested.
No, it's just if by chance you do notice that he has horns, it would have just been of interesting information for us.
Are you looking for
He's gonna
somebody
point
with
to
horns?
the minute that he has horns.
Who?
Neither
Point
did
at
I.
who?
The
He's
butler.
gonna point back outside and say, "I saw
Oh.
some people with horns out there."
Oh, you mean the help. Do not worry of him. We've already done our research. He kind of says the last bit, mumbling to himself. Vamar kind of just stands up, chugs down the last of his drink, and he says, "You are here for information. Yes? Here, I shall take you. Let us not waste more time here. It is the library
Okay.
you seek, is it not?"
Yes. And he said, and he turns back to Molis. You said that I could get these signed, I think, by you or someone to make them real.
Adrift kind of sees the papers that you're pulling out, and he kind of reaches over. He's like, I will, let me handle it. Molis is not one for finalities.
Okay.
So, Adrift takes the papers and he looks over at Molis and he's like, "You will assist me, will you not?" And Molis kind of just like looks up, looks at the group, and you can tell that Molis wants to follow you guys, but he knows that he shouldn't.
I would like to roll an insight check.
Go for it.
Vic's gonna ask, could I get like his help? Because he thinks he knows the library and I don't know the library.
Cypress actually perks up, and I believe there was a conversation that he and I wished to resume from last night. If you wouldn't mind, would it be alright if he joined us?
Adrift kind of gives you like the side eye, the both of you, and he looks over at Molis, and he's just like, "If it's needs be, go. Take care of your business. I will find you well in the library, I am sure." And he goes back into the back room. Molis is fucking beaming. He's super happy. He's like, "Oh, I knew we were friends."
We never said you
we
were
said
not.
so yesterday, remember? And he pulls out pulls up the cup and says, "We were drinking."
Oh. Molis just looks so happy. And he just starts talking again about how he plans to have his wedding and how he wants you all to be there. Vamar, on the other hand, walks over to Aisling at the end of the table and like puts a firm hand on her shoulder. He's like, "Are you ready? Shall we all go?"
Mm.
Oh, she sort of jolts and she looks at him like, go
Bad
ahead.
touch.
"To the library. I shall take you. Come. It is your first time, is it not?"
She, it is. Thank you. And she gets up eagerly. She kind of scrambles at that library.
So he's gonna take you back down the hall to the library. I'm gonna just drop you guys over there, so it's easy. It doesn't look like a library,
Sure.
all of you.
Okay.
So don't worry. And boom, there you go. Inside the library, you notice that there are two other figures kind of standing by one of the meeting tables, and they're mumbling stuff to themselves. They're looking at maps and just kind of doing their own thing. But yes, the library is quite grand. It's very round. It's 2 floors. There is a dome over top where natural light is flowing through. The interior itself is wood in this nice reddish auburn color, and the books are stacked. You can tell that books here are from all different places, all different ages. Anyone who's been to Miletus in any of the libraries there can tell the difference of quality in books. these books look like a lot of them haven't been touched in ages.
Interesting.
Cue the scene from Beauty and the Beast when gives Belle the library.
If you guys want to take a look around the library, you're more than welcome to.
Ooh.
If there's something in particular you guys are looking for, you can roll an investigation check. If you are asking for assistance from anyone, you will get bonus. Sorry, not bonus. Advantage.
Advantage?
I think I would ask for help, but I don't know if it'd be available. I don't know if anyone else can ask specifically. Because I'm asking, like, Molus, assuming he knows the most. Unfortunately.
That's unfortunate for you. I am sorry.
Dex would help. If
He
was
is.
there.
I imagine he's going to have a very much Sharzu kind of just pulling bottles out of the random, like, bookshelves every now and then.
Basically.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're looking for and who you ask, you'll get that advantage. So, if you're looking for information about something, please let me know. But essentially, he leads you into this room and he basically says to you all that take your time.
Wow.
You know, Morris, I know you said it was big last night, but I didn't think it would be this big. It's huge.
Aizen will start by looking at one corner and just looking overwhelmed. Like, her eyes are the size of saucers.
Molus is kind of following Aisling because she's just enjoying
And
how big her eyes are.
Well, and she looks both just bewildered, but then she realizes that so many of the titles of the books have things that she's never even heard of, and she's just like, kind of like, oh, what even is this? And she'll even look at Molus and be like, what are all these subjects? Never heard of these.
Molus looks super, super proud. Looks over at the section that you're looking at. Hold on. I'm just checking which section you're looking at. And, oh, that's great. He looks over the section, realizes it's about historical politics. And
Ooh.
he grins and he's like, history. All of this is about history. Ha ha! Books.
Indeed.
You
Wish
can
I-
look at them. Some of them have pictures in them. They're really good.
Some of them have pictures.
I wish I had all the time in the world. I would like to read all of them. And she just picks up one and starts flipping through it, and then she'll sort of just start wandering around the entire circumference of the library, trying
Okay.
to scan for anything that she might recognize as possibly like being about reading dreams or legends of her people, stuff like that.
If you want, you can roll an investigation check, please.
I would also like to roll an investigation check.
Okay, what are you looking
Investigation.
for, good sir?
Okay, this might actually be good.
He does not ask anybody for
Dirty
help,
20.
at least currently. He is looking for information on a particular god,
Mhm.
Krufix. As I believe I've already mentioned it.
Yes. Okay. Roll your 12.
And, you know, depending on how that goes, you might look for other things. But for now,
All right.
investigation.
Roll your investigation.
0.
Ha! Beautiful.
That is
Oh.
perfect, though.
That makes sense.
Doesn't even
Easily,
know where to begin.
you are able to find a few books about your people, as in the village that you came from,
Mhm.
in regards to its history that coexists with Akros. It's
Mhm.
more like a small piece of
Yeah.
Akros' history. So it's not a big section, but you do find a book that has 2 or 3 chapters involving your
Ooh.
village. You can take time if you want to read that over. Cypress,
Okay.
unfortunately for you, you do end up finding a bunch of
Mhm.
books on the gods. but nothing that you haven't seen before. And you're definitely not looking in all the right places.
Could I make another roll?
You can, but let me just find out what Zen's doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also looking, but asking for help from both Molus and anyone else who's there.
Okay.
Looking in order. Villages. Potions.
Okay, who do you ask for village?
For the villages, probably ask if there's one of like people who work here.
Okay, so most likely Vamar would have probably been the one to have, because he took a peek of interest in regards to what you're looking for, so he would have assisted you. So you do get advantage in what you're looking for.
So investigation at advantage.
Yes, please.
Dirty 20.
Okay. He hands you a very old journal. The journal is ragged and ruined, but you do notice it is a journal of someone who took a very similar trip to said villages.
Is there a specific language is written in?
It looks like it's a little mixed. Some parts, depending on parts of the journey, or parts of the journey that's in the journal, that you'll notice that it's written in Druidic, which you should be happy with. Another part of it is written in, let me just double check. Minotaur. And the other language that it uses is... Oh my god, where is it? Abyssal. So Druidic, Minotaur, and Abyssal.
I think I only understand one of those.
Yep. It's a good thing most of it's in Druidic.
Yay.
More of the more complicated things are in the other languages, but most of the common stuff, like where this person went to eat, or how the weather was, or like minuscule details, seem to be in the Druidic language.
All right. And I'll definitely ask Molus if there's any things in here about potions, because I'll let him know that that's what I use to make some of the shots I like to drink.
You can roll your investigation.
It's a 7.
He gives you a... What's the word? He gives you a small, like, scrap pieces of paper of his written down notes of quote-unquote potion making. The drinks I enjoy. That's what it's called. Molus looks super proud of himself.
I write them all down in my extra journal.
And Cypress, what was that? Was there anything else that you wanted to check out? You said you were looking for one more thing.
He also would search, I think, in general. I mean, he could, again, like, this is the sort of library where you could spend countless hours searching for stuff, but I think in the time allotted here, he would then prioritize searching for what ways would be known to commune with gods.
Ah, lovely. Roll, please. Are you asking for assistance this time, or are you going to do this on your own?
Yes, I think I will ask for assistance this time.
Okay. Anyone in particular?
I'm actually gonna go, because I think Molus is busy, and I don't trust that other guy.
Fair.
I'm gonna go over to these other two.
Yeah, that's fine. Luckily for you, one of them, the person who's holding a book, he's a warforged. He's the librarian. So you're asking the right people.
Hello, sir.
He just kind of stands there and looks at you, not making any type of movement. Almost seems as
May
if he's not working.
I've been searching around for some time, and I was wondering if it would not impede on your pursuits, if you might be able to help me search for a topic I am interested in.
Topic.
Topic.
What is your topic?
Oh.
We're doing it.
Is this a
Continue.
warforged talking to him? Because it sounds like it.
It is the
Topic?
Warforged. I was like, I can't. Something.
That was
There's gonna be
amazing.
something that comes out, and that's what's coming out. That's what we're doing. We're
I
going
love
with
it.
that.
We thought it was a person. He
Um,
turns around in a full hood. It's just a warforged.
It's just a middleman. I'm searching for known ways to commune with gods.
Gods. Topic. Communication with gods. Section 3-4A. Section
Does he like turn back around?
3-4A.
Okay. I'll
Section
check.
3
I walk away.
4.
I just wanted him to repeat that, or just like at the end of the number fritz out so you don't know. Like error detected.
Error.
He repeats it 2 more times before he just like stops. But you do hear that echo. So while you guys are all like reading your journals, you hear that echo throughout the library.
I turned to Moles and asked, I was always told libraries are supposed to be quiet. Is that not the rule here?
Molus looks at you with this big ass grin. He's like, "This is our library!" And he yells it. But as soon as he yells it, you hear. Shh! It seems to have echoed from nowhere, but everywhere at the same time.
This is a fun library.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's my favorite. It's my library.
I am like copying down. How big is this journal?
What all do I find in the books about history? Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
no, it's okay, it's okay. So, with the journal, Vimar actually is going... It's quite a long journal. It's quite big. And because of how complicated it is, there are diagrams in it as well. So, it's not something you could sit down and copy in the span of an afternoon. And seeing as you're struggling or trying to copy down this word for word, picture for picture...
Not copying down. He's just looking for the things he thinks he's going to need.
Vimar kind of comes up to you and he looks over at the journal, looks over at you, and he's like, "You are looking to pass the trial, is this right?"
Yeah.
You are not who they sent last time.
No.
This is new for you. You are still child. Why did they send child?
Oh.
Because they said they need someone.
Does your father not have other children?
My sister.
Sister. Ah, sister. Yes, your sister. I am sorry, but I do not know her. I only know of Nes. The name is Nesbar? Yes?
Yeah. And she doesn't want anything to do with this. She wants to do her thing, and she likes her thing. I liked my thing. This was my brother's thing.
So you will face Leader Mandarin, yes? This is your goal.
Yes.
Oof. Firechild, you have not chosen easy path. If I assist, I shall, but understand, your brother, he did not have easy time either.
I have to try. Right?
He like nods his head and he like gives you a good pat on the shoulder. May I? and he asks to take a look at the journal.
Hands it over.
He quickly flips through the journal and he opens up to a page. You can't understand what the language is because unfortunately it's in Minotaur, but based on the drawings and kind of the decorations to it, you can kind of pull the information that this probably has something to do with the Yi village. I believe that's the Earth one.
Yes.
Yes. He pans the journal back to you and he says, "This is the closest and probably easiest for you to find."
Is this all about the Yi village?
Yes. It shall show you directions from, and then he flips through a few more pages. From the Mountain of Fire to Yi. But you must go through the mountain's pass and the what's it called? What are those creatures? The one-eyed pass to find your way.
All right. Thank you.
Child, you are too young for this. Are you sure this was what you wished to do?
I don't know.
I will lend you this journal. I hope it will help you in your journey.
Are you sure?
So long as it helps you find out what you want to do. Maybe journal will be more helpful to you.
Thank you.
He kind of scruffles your hair. Can you do me a perception check?
Cool. If you've ever had that weird feeling when you touch those weird lightning balls at the fair, it's kind of like that, but with fire. You think you should be burning, but it's not.
And you get those tingles in your body. Yeah, no, he's down for it.
Is that perception, right?
Yes.
16.
You're going to notice that around his waist, he has this orange sash, and along sash there are other kind of kerchiefs tied around it. One of those kerchiefs is very familiar to you, as your sister had made it for your brother before he had left.
You'll notice that, but not say anything.
He kind of smiles at you and kind of pats you one more time on the back, and he says, "If you need assistance, you have family here." And he kind of walks off.
He just mutters something under his breath. Kuma made a lot of friends out here. Hope I can do the same.
Well.
We can cut back to you guys.
Too much backstory. Aisling, you wanted to know what was in what they had to say about your journal, right? About your village?
Well, yeah, her village and the history between Akros. These set over things that I found.
Okay. So one thing that's going to be noticed, one thing you're going to notice in the journal or the history book itself is that your village is the only village that has this kind of dealing with Akros, and it only has this kind of ordeal with, I believe it was 3 noble families. Many moons ago, when who was it? Oh dear lord, it was after the Titan. Who was after the Titans? I can't even remember my own history, guys. I'm very bad. Not Titans, Tracks. The Archons. The Archons? Archons. Those things. During that period, the 3 major families in Akros had made a deal with your small village in Setessa. And in doing so, they had promised one druidic child from Setessa, your particular village, to be indebted or to work alongside the family of Akros. You're also going to notice that there is a bit of confusion from some of the things that you learned when you were being trained and getting ready and groomed to go to Akros. When you were being trained, they had told you you are going to be kind of serving them. That you were to be belittle to Akros. You are beneath them almost. But in the journal or the history book that you find, it's saying that the people of your village were meant to help lead Akros. You were to be kind of like their sages in showing them how to work together to kind of protect the people or protect Theros. That was the original deal. At least that's what the book says. And the fact that you're all elves that are part of this, it doesn't happen often that the kind of the transference of elvish druids go to Akros happen. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And that there was once there is a myth about one of the elves who assisted in a war between Akros and Scophos. But unfortunately, with the assistance of said elf, it caused this elf to unfortunately sacrifice themselves in order to protect Akros from falling to Scophos. And rumor has it, because of this elf's sacrifice, that is the reason for the wall that is now around Akros. The wall used to never be there until one of your ancestors kind of did something that in turn turned itself into a wall of some sort. But it doesn't really give you specifics as to how the two are connected.
Gotcha. Huh.
Yeah.
Puzzling. Okay. I guess after that, then she'll go on to sort of search more about the creature in her dreams. But if we want to scoot over to the others for a minute, that's cool.
Cypress, is there anything else you're looking for?
Yeah, I haven't actually rolled yet.
Oh yes, to find the section.
Yeah.
Did you find
I
the
got
section?
help. 3-4A. So I will roll. Let's see what I find. Good thing I had advantage, because that one was a 2 - 1.
Oof. Minus. Child, I'm so sorry for you.
Okay, that's better. That's an 18.
Nice.
Yeah, I did a couple test rolls, like in between, what are my dice doing? I got a lot of low numbers.
Well, it's a good
So
thing
thank
that
God for that
we didn't make
19.
you do it yet. Okay. So
18 total.
perfect.
-1.
You're going to find a book of legends, legends and heroes. The big thing that you're going to pull from this novel or this book is that the best way to communicate to the gods is by becoming one of their heroes. And in order to become one of their heroes, you have to go to a temple of the god that you wish to be in service to, and depending on the god, you are going to kind of, for a lack of better words, prostrate yourself to them. And then it will almost give you a direct line to your god.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would I, in my research, would I have known of any official temples of Crufix?
I think you mean
I don't think-
prostrate.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
No,
I'm
thank
giggling.
Yeah, I
you.
think the other one was,
appreciate you. Yeah, no, that's why I was like, I can't remember what the right word is, but I think it's this. Guys, you're learning today. Language.
So are you.
I am.
You're learning American.
I am learning this language that I am not speak. I do not speak English. English is not my language. What is this English?
Canadian.
No, you know
You
what? Maybe
speak
I was.
Canadian.
I meant it. No, prostrate yourself to these gods. Do it.
I mean, for some of them, probably.
But unfortunately,
god, I guess.
with your there are a lot of rumors here and there as to where a proper temple for the god you're looking for is. But I'll send it to you in your DMs as to some of the places that you would have picked up on.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
By this time, after doing all of that reading and researching, it would have been, you guys would have gone well past the lunch period. Almost maybe 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, because there's quite a few books and there's a lot of things that you're looking over. Are there any books that you guys wanted to ask to borrow?
Maybe not. I don't think so yet.
Okay, that's fine. Again,
No.
you don't need to ask. You don't need to borrow anything. It's just if you wanted to.
All good.
Okay. So, closer to this time, Molus is going to kind of come up to you all and not giving a shit about the shh earlier. Is kind of going to be like, "Are you all finished? Shall we all have a drink now?"
I think that's fair.
Right. No, thank you, Molus. I'd like to keep reading. There's one more thing that I want to research while I have access to your wonderful library.
While you guys are finishing up, essentially, Molus is going to unfortunately tell you all that you all have another few minutes to do what you want, but anyone who wants to come out can have a drink. So I'm assuming that's Cyprus, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so at this point.
Yeah, so Cyprus would would go out with Molus, essentially, just out in the hallway, while the other two kind of look around some more for their books. And once you two are alone in the hallway, Molus is kind of... his happy demeanor kind of almost diminishes as he faces you. He says, "I'm sorry, I forgot your name, good chap. What is it again?"
I think just kind of generally realizing where this is going. Cyprus.
And you said you were from the village of lions with them kitty cats, is that right?
Oreskos. Proud Viennan people.
And that's where you're from?
That's...
Oh, here, have a drink. He pulls out like a full bottle of wine and passes it to you.
Mm-hmm.
like he just passes me the bottle, like,
Yep.
drink.
Yep, he pulls out another one for himself.
He'll uncork it and take a brief sip. But not too much. I'm gonna roll an insight check to see if he fully kind of grasps where he's going with this.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I've traveled quite some time, and that is where I have spent my recent years. It's where I identify myself with from recent times.
But that's not where you're from. This is... right? Because you don't have the meow factor.
No.
Chugs.
No.
So,
I
Jim,
mean-
where are you from originally? Just between us boys.
Could I request a persuasion check from him?
Of course you can. Molus, how persuasive are you?
Got
Show
that
me.
high charisma.
Let's find out.
He seems like a high charisma person.
He does, and he's pretty decent. Let me check. Oh, but I rolled like shit, so that's a 6.
Why do you wish to know where I'm from? What does it matter?
No reason, good sir. You guys are going to be coming to my wedding. After all, I just want to know who's coming. Want to make sure you're all good chaps and whatnot. Speaking of which, where is the fire child? Sorry, not fire child. Pink woman, he called her. Pink lady.
Pink woman?
The fire girl from last night.
From where we are, we're inside, right?
Yes.
So we wouldn't be able to see the pillar of smoke?
No. Sadly, no.
She's around, I'm sure.
Ah,
She had other things she wished to attend to.
Unfortunate. It is very curious, this group you have here. Also different and
Very
lively.
curious group.
And you will not be staying here for very long, am I right? That's a shame.
No, we're traveling to... Let me just double check, because for whatever reason, I'm blanking.
Akros.
We're traveling to Akros
Yes.
very soon. I do
Uh-huh.
not believe we're planning on staying this night.
I understand. And it is your first time in Akros?
No.
I see. And he like, takes a good swig of his drink.
Cyprus returns in kind.
Well, if you do go to Akros, can you do me a favor, Sir Cyprus?
Oh? What would that be?
I have family out there. I'd like to make sure they're okay.
I have a feeling
You seem
we'll
like a
have-
good fellow chap. I feel like I can trust you with just some minor task.
Yes, I think that is fair.
He pulls out a gold mask.
Do I
Yeah,
recognize, like, the specific design?
You can roll a history check.
I can do that. My famous history checks.
I know, I'm sorry.
Dog, you're almost as high as Dex is.
12.
Dex is a +4.
12.
A 12. So you
Total.
can tell that
13
these
minus one.
masks, these masks don't look anything like the ones that you saw the day before. There is something a little familiar with the mask. The dreads on Molus's hair are kind of encapsulated in the mask as well, but in a different style, and it looks like the mask is for a younger person.
Hmm. Like child younger or just younger than him?
Not child, I would say maybe in their youth, maybe teens, early 20s. And he hands you the masks. Like, I have family there. If you tell them that the Great Kunath is looking, they will be sure to point you in the right direction.
Right.
I can entrust this to you, yes?
Yes.
No.
The right direction for what? May I ask?
Just to give them this. This is all that matters to me.
So if I find them and I give them that, and I tell them this phrase, they'll tell me where to find them?
Yes, yes. Just go to Molus, not Molus, because that is who I am. You cannot go to me because I am a person.
I'm already here.
Exactly. You get my humor. This is why you were invited to my wedding. But when you get to Akros, just tell them that
I
the
don't remember
Great
there being a
Kunath
wedding
has
when
hired
I
you.
last-
The Great Kunath has hired me.
And they
Us.
shall take you to my family, who you shall bestow upon this mask. I hope.
That seems to be the goal. All right.
If you are to do this and you are successful, please come back and find me. I will make sure you are rewarded. My good muscly chop.
I'm unsure if one will be back at Data Harbor, but I will remember that.
I hope your memory is better than it already is. And he kind of walks away.
You told them about my memory? Should I feel like I should roll an intelligence.
You're more than welcome to.
4.
You're just
What's
like,
with this dice? Normally rolls are great.
I guess
Rolling different
Craig's
dice tonight.
Mr. Uwu has the better dice rolls today. Everybody else is kind of meh.
I don't know. I'm using a different dice. It's my main dice.
Some good luck.
Aisling, is there anything else that you want to do in the library?
Yes, I want to look for information on the creature that is in her dreams.
And are you asking for assistance?
And so, if I'd like to, yes, from this guy, the
librarian?
bare-chested, turban-wearing man here.
Mr. Vimar. Yes. And you're asking him specifically about
go
dreams.
up to him and sort of describe the creature. I've, as I said, yeah, about the creature in her dreams.
I see you are plagued with demons.
Yes, it's been reoccurring for several nights now. It's been as black as coal, and it's adorned in gold, and it has wings and great claw-like hands. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with this creature. It seems like what I was told in my childhood, a Dullahan, but I'm not sure if that's what it is.
Dullahan. I'm sorry, but I've never heard of such a creature. But if it is demons that plague your dreams, I'm sorry, child. We do not carry books on. What shall I call it? The mental planes. The dreams are too foreign for us to keep here. If you are looking for books like this, I would suggest Miletus, or even Setessa, your home, I assume.
Of course, but is there anything on the creature itself? Do you happen to recognize it?
He kind of looks away,
it's not the most important thing in my life right now, but
he kind of looks away, kind of dejected, like not wanting to answer. He kind of shakes his head no, though, and it's like, I apologize, young madam, but we do not carry such books. It is unsightly to keep them here.
Well then, thank you for your time then. And she just looks she looks gutted, really.
Seeing that, he kind of feels...
a library would have all the answers.
He sees that she's kind of disheartened, and he pats her softly on the shoulders, and it's like, if you are looking for answers, you will find. You seem like a smart child. If demons plague your dreams, I surely wish the gods protect you.
Thank you. I suppose that's all I can hope for now.
I wish you the best of luck in your journeys.
Yes, thank you.
But I must apologize. I must get you and your friends out of here, as we are expecting to have a big meeting soon.
I see. Busy men. Well, thank you for taking the time to show us around. It is
I
appreciated.
apologize again for not being able to give you the answers you seek.
No,
But
I understand.
I hope that the library has given you much to look forward to. It is not very. We do not have a very big library, but it is one of the more beautiful ones.
And she smiles a bit at that. It has opened my eyes significantly. The wonders of the world, and it's made me realize just how small I am inside of it. But
He kind of like
it has. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he kind of just smiles and he's like, he seems happy to know that he's kind of helped you with what very little he could.
Mm-hmm.
But he escorts you and Zen outside.
Out of the door.
Yeah, and he sees you guys will find Cypress kind of standing out there still. Sir, I apologize, but we must request that you all leave. We will be having a very important meeting soon between the oligarchs and some of the higher-ups in regards to the yesterday's attack. I apologize for having to shoo you out.
No offense taken. I think we have gotten what we have searched for.
He kind of leans over to Cypress as you guys are walking away, and he whispers into Cypress's ear, be wary of your travels. Those of Nyx are not to be trusted.
I kind of do like a long blink back at him. I will take care.
Excuse me.
Good luck.
As you guys are exiting, where are you guys heading out to? What are you guys gonna do?
Back to the tavern?
Shooing.
Getting shooed out?
Do we see a pillar of smoke now?
Unfortunately, the pillar of smoke has definitely dissipated by the time you guys finished. It was raining as well, so that didn't help.
Oh,
Quick question before we leave.
Yeah.
So if as I'm walking by this meeting room here, I'm noticing where we are on the map, checking for the exit. Do I hear any hushed conversations or secret whisperings?
You can roll. You are more than welcome to.
Can I help? Because I feel like it would be more advantageous to help. I don't know how he'd be helping, though. Staying quiet?
Shutting people up as you go.
I mean...
Oh, can that long glare at him be the help action?
Yeah. Just glare at everyone.
24.
Oh, shit!
Oh, he did actually... Ooh.
24. So yes, you is with your sharp ears and the fact that you do not trust people, you can hear this conversation almost as if it was in front of you. You hear the voices of Mollis and Adrift in the meeting room, and it sounds like they're arguing. Adrift is talking about how they need to fire Nod, the butler that had escorted you in earlier. And Vamir is defending him, saying things like, we can't get rid of him, he's such a good help, he will be at our wedding, my wedding, your wedding, all of our weddings. And Adrift is, you can tell by his voice that he sounds exasperated. You understand what is happening here. We cannot have those we do not trust in the building, let alone in the city. Mollis is screaming his head off and saying, this is blasphemy, you guys are just all racist, and this is ridiculous. Is this something to do with the events of last week? And Adrift responds in kind. things have become far too complicated. We have reports from the outer patrols. There's too many people have gone missing. And the horned people are everywhere. They are prancing around as if they own everything. There is a problem, and we must get rid of it here in Data. And that's all you can really hear before somebody else interrupts and comes into the room and interrupts them. Oh, and then you do get a book of potions.
I feel bad for this butler. He seems like a sweetheart, honestly, deep down.
I saw him very much as a spy, like the second she introduced him.
Moved us back to the tavern. There's no guarantee that we're just going back now.
Are you guys going back to the tavern or no? I just dropped you here because I could.
Does Aisling tell any of us about this?
That's a good question.
I mean, are we heading out on the open road now?
Well, you guys are getting kicked out of the oligarchs.
We're being asked to leave.
Yes.
You heard this conversation. We're walking out.
Did I ever get my stuff signed and returned?
Okay, so I rolled, and she is going to keep that to herself.
Hey.
Basically, as you guys are leaving, Nod would have given Zen his signed papers that would allow him to trade within the provincial area of Miletus. So, data included.
Nice.
But not for Akros.
Nope, not for Akros.
That's another conversation for later.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's good to have.
Best bootleg whiskey you've ever seen.
The trading pass actually allows you and your company. So as long as you guys are still together, you are allowed to trade, all of you.
Are we told this though?
Oh, it's on the piece of paper. Basically, so long as Zen is with you guys to do this trade-offs, and he shows the paper, it's all good. But if you go and trade by yourself and you don't have the paper, you're screwed. That's what it says, word for word on the piece of paper.
It literally says you're screwed.
If you don't have this, you're screwed. That's what it says, word for word.
When we're questioned by the guards and the acolytes, if this paper isn't shown when the trade happens, it's bad.
Yep. And basically, it now makes Zen almost kind of like your owners, guys. Zen is your manager.
He's not the worst choice for that.
Wow.
Best.
I guess we're meeting Nod on the way out. Aisling would just kind of quickly. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What did you want to say, Aisling?
I guess she would just sort of clasp his hand, and she wouldn't have told anybody else what she heard, but hearing something negative about the horned ones, and he's a horned one, she would have just told him, "Be well, be careful, and goodbye."
Nod would have just
sort of
kind of
that.
Yeah, Nod would have given you the face of utter disgust as you were holding his hands, because he's just oh no. And then as soon as you leave, he just kind of does the jazz hands, oh, germs.
Somebody disinfect me.
Us nasty peasants, or what kind of disgust we talking about? What's the brand?
What type of brand? Very
Robbery
posh.
or germaphobe?
Religious, racial.
I would say posh. More
Okay.
Classist. Okay, nice. Joke.
Wait, by the time you guys leave, the rain has stopped, but the weather is still pretty gloomy outside. Lots of puddles. Lots of kids playing in puddles.
I splash in exactly one puddle on the way back to the tavern.
You have to. It's the
I'm going to be swimming then.
It was there.
Directly through all the puddles barefoot.
Yep. So we're gonna jump over to Dex and Tanis. I'll let you guys know when you arrive. So I'll let you guys know when you arrive to the tavern, but we're going to jump over to Dex and Tanis and see what they're doing. I'm assuming you guys went to this tavern. Did you want to go to a different tavern? You can go back to the bar.
She would
I
follow
I don't think
Dex.
that would be a good
Fine.
idea.
I feel like I tried to convince her to go back to the brothel.
In all honesty, she would follow Dex because Dex kind of knows his way around this place more than she does.
Okay, Dex, like seeing her follow, thinks himself and doesn't want to get on bad Snake Lady's side, especially since she seems very upset. So she'll probably just take her back to like this comfort spot, knowing that the rest of the group will eventually come back here, and so he'll lead her back here.
Aw, Dex is so nice.
You're
That's so
terrifying.
That's what I was gonna say.
My friend. So like, yes, from what I understand, that the gods are looking at you very closely.
It would seem so.
Do you have any reason why they might do this?
Tanis is going to kind of pause for a second, and then she's going to look at Dex and then think about everything that's happened so far. And then let out a small sigh and pull out her ID coin and slide it over to him.
Ooh.
The ID coin is like a Meletus thing, right?
No.
No.
The ID coin is actually in all of Polis, in major polises, or any big central city. Basically, if you are a professional or you work in a very well high-ranking job within your society, this is to prove that you are capable of doing such. So not everyone has an ID coin, only people who have particular jobs and whatnot. It could be anybody from a librarian to a politician to a pharmacist to a bar owner or a bodega owner. I really like that word, bodega.
Bodega.
I taught her the word bodega, by the way. I'd like to take
Thank you.
full
It's a
credit.
fun
Thank you.
word. It's a fun word.
It is. It's
I
a good word.
only know it from Dimension 20 on Sleeping City. That's
Oh
where I
my
learned
God.
it.
I thought you
Miles
got it from
Morales,
Yuzo.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Miles
I was like,
No,
I thought it was
I
gonna be in the heights,
thought-
but okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
No.
But
Okay,
yes.
so you put the coin in front of Dex, and Dex looks at it and looks back at you and says, okay, I know what this is, but I don't know why you showed it to me. I don't understand the context.
One thing you're going to notice is that on all ID coins, there's one side that would show the type of occupation, a symbol, and then on the other side would kind of show a symbol of where they're from.
Alright, so I examine it. What do I see on it?
Let me triple check, because I forget. Do you remember Sky? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
so
forgot.
on
Thank you.
one side, you're gonna see a symbol that shows that she was an herbalist. So, like, a plant of some sort is on that one side. And on the other side, it'll show that she was from, oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of it.
No, my brain just died. I was like, I
Oh
know
my God.
we've talked about this place many. Arix
There we go.
Methus, the land, the city that is no more, the fifth polis that is no more, the thing that disappeared how many years ago?
Yeah, that one.
No
Okay,
more.
Dex sips his drink very deeply. Oh. This is I slide it back over to her and like try and put it like right in front of her for her to pick it up and put it away. This is a very peculiar tidbit of information. This is I don't even know what okay, what happened there?
Thassa happened there. Her and her children destroyed everything.
Why would would she do this? Did you guys have like anti-Thassa churches? I don't.
No. And she's gonna start to look a little bit remorseful as she thinks back to her home. My
It doesn't.
homeland.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, my homeland was very warm, very welcoming. There's no reason why Thassa would have attacked it.
That is very peculiar. I cannot. That is very peculiar. I know that the gods are finicky, but I did not see them destroying entire place for nothing. This is quite peculiar. Dexter's. I need a second to think of like. Dex is like running things through his head. You can see like Dex's eyes like moving back and forth as he like has a real think, because me also is confused.
Fair enough.
I know you have noticed that I have a lot of sources of information, and no matter how I looked, I could not find what happened or why. I heard about the situation, but I did not ever figure out anything about it.
Of course not. Nobody survived. At least,
Apparently.
nobody other than me. By the time I found out what had happened, rumors had already started to spread, and no one believed what I was saying.
What? So, were you sleeping? Were you eating, or in the bathroom? How did you live?
Oh, okay, that's your question. Okay, never mind. I thought you were wondering. Okay, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, Erixmethus was a big city on an island. The island is also gone. So just clarifying.
Everything.
Just gone. This itty bitty island go poof. Okay, back to the questioning.
I was on my way to the mainland in hopes of appeasing my god. During that journey, my ship was also attacked.
Your ship was attacked by... Well, you said Thassa, so I have to assume Mare something?
Krakens. Thassa's children.
Krakens more than one?
It appeared so, yes.
Wow, this is very serious. Not only did she want to destroy the island, she wanted to make sure like no one got away. She even blocked off exit. Surprise
Correct.
attack and blocking off exit. This is very serious.
Agreed. I somehow managed to survive, though again, I haven't met anyone else who was as lucky as I was. Though there are times when I wish I wasn't.
I don't know if there was anybody like you. I've looked into this very heavily. Okay, well now we have two situations and two very interesting puzzles for me to figure out. I am going to have to do some research on like your home country before.
Do what you must right now. I just have one goal. I know I cannot bring back those that I lost, but I can still avenge them
Honestly, I'm not even going to try and talk you out of that shit. You got a big fucked up, and there's not like most people in your situation wouldn't handle it as healthy as you. At least you have purpose. You have work that you can do. Keep yourself busy. Yes, I saw you smile looking at Cynthia. That means you can still find joy in some things. So, honestly, like, good job. You're doing well.
She starts to look a little bit upset when you mention Cynthia again.
Dex is really good with people, clearly.
-1 charisma.
Obviously.
And I have 0 charisma now.
You're playing
I got
into
1
that.
skill.
Woo.
Yeah. Dex sips his drink again.
It seems
And
like no matter what I do, the gods are determined to take everything from me.
I don't know if it's the gods or the god. Also, I don't want to be that guy, but if Thassa is taking a shit in your breakfast, maybe you should avoid Thassa Temple?
I wanted to leave before we all went there. However, I was convinced that it might be better to go as a group and stick with you guys.
I think that sticking with us is still wise, but okay. Look at me in my eyes. I tell you,
Tannis looks down.
yes. Dex breaks his neck looking up. Dex looks up. You have told me very important secret, and I tell you secret, and we keep each other's secret. Yes.
Fine.
I am not as small as I appear. Yes, I have a lot
I
of.
thought you were going to say stupid.
No.
Both apply.
Yes, I have a little bit more reach than I give off. I know that you noticed I was trying to avoid informing the group of this. I do not like to. Information is the most powerful thing, and I like to keep it close. I like to hold on to it as hard as I can to make sure that it cannot be used against me. I have a lot of reach and influence over mainly Milites, but I have fingers that stretch. So when I say that I have not heard of anything like this happening, of another person making it from this island, it is a very serious claim. I obviously believe you. I can see the proof with my eyes. I know you have no reason to lie. But again, I have not met another person like this.
Was that the secret you wanted to share with me?
I do not like people knowing how far I can reach. I'm using reach as a general term of many things. I don't think it is good. It makes you target. Remember the other day when I literally walked out of here and got attacked for no reason?
I feel like you're attacking me for no reason, and I.
Can I roll a
No, you attacked him
history
with no
check
reason.
to see if I've heard of any kind of influential families from Milites? Or influential names?
I was waiting until one of you just asked. Please do. You can both roll a history check on each other if you really wanted to.
17 plus 4, 21. Yo!
16.
You both pass. So, with the gloomy weather, being alone together, places kind of noisy, and you finally had a chance to talk to one another since this entire period you've been stuck together, something finally clicks for the both of you. You've met before.
Oh, fuck.
5 years ago.
Excuse me.
Oh,
You might not have been
no.
able to recognize you might not have been able to recognize each other because you were both relatively trying to keep your identities secret. But the mannerisms and having spent this time together, you start to remember things. In particular for Tanis, during your search of kind of finding a purpose, while you were in Miletus, you were asking some very dangerous questions. And those dangerous questions was overheard by some very dangerous people. And before things could have gotten out of hand, a small person bumped into you in one of the dark alleyways of Miletus. And said small person gave you information about a creature that may be of assistance to you.
Wait, that was him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dex hears the gas and doesn't even look at her and just drinks his drink.
Dex, for you remember hearing about this person from your brother's friend. You had overheard about this Yuan-Ti woman going about talking about the island going missing and that the gods are to blame and people were giving her dirty looks. And you recall hearing of some very mystical, magical items or creature or something out in the middle of the desert. And because you at the time did not have enough reach and power to go about doing things as you pleased, you sought out the random Yuan-Ti woman walking around in Miletus and had given her instructions as to where she could find the thing you were looking for. But it was a very brief conversation because as soon as it was kind of told between one another, you kind of separated ways. But, ta-da!
You.
Dang.
Dex sips his drinks again. Doesn't even look up. Tenses every muscle in his body.
Dex, if you want, you can roll a history check to remember what you had told her.
I rolled a 21 earlier.
On her. But do you remember what you told her is what I'm asking.
Roll again?
He rolled a 20 if you didn't hear.
No, I rolled a 6.
Oh,
I
sorry.
rolled a 16 plus 4.
Mm.
Dirty
Ooh,
20.
dirty 20.
Disgusting, stinky.
Why do you have to say it that way?
Because it makes people laugh or uncomfortable.
Well, okay. The thing that you remember telling her was that if she wanted a way to get revenge, or if she wanted power to rival the gods, there was a creature long forgotten about in the land of Boberos, within the Death Bellow Canyons. A creature that may have power equal to or greater than the gods. Perhaps something that may kill a god. Like a god killer of some sort.
Phenomenal.
Maybe.
I wonder how that could be relevant to the plot.
But you
Oh,
told her
God.
that would be the place to go to find what she's looking for, and you also told her that if she were to find it, to return to you. Because you had a quote-unquote a hand in whatever is to be found.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You guys are best friends. You didn't know it. 5 years, best friends.
Wow.
Dex, as he's thinking about what he said, chokes on his drink a little and starts to feverishly perspire.
Tanis is going to take a sip of her drink. Very calmly. And when she sets it down, she'll look at him and just go, well, I guess as promised, I have returned.
Wow, very good. I'm very glad to see you again, my friend.
Thank you. And there's like a very deep sincerity when she says that.
Oh.
Wait, what? Can I roll an insight on that? Can I roll an insight on that?
For it.
I got a 6. Plus 6. Oh, 12!
You got a 12.
I mean, she's not hiding it. She really is
That score?
trying to show gratitude.
Okay, so she doesn't look like she's about to firebolt my ass in the next century.
No.
Dex lets out the biggest sigh. A single tear rolls from his eyes, knowing that maybe he doesn't die today. And looks up at her and he's like, my friend, it seems that we are in looking for something similar.
Well, I found it.
Dex spits his drink. What? You what, my friend?
I found it. Well, I found him.
Can you explain to me? What do you mean?
The creature that you mentioned, with the abilities of killing a god. I found him.
And what happened? What did he say or do or?
Tanis is gonna hold out her hand and cast Produce Flame again. This. He gave me these powers.
Dex, his shoulders kind of like relax, and every muscle in his body like stops tensing. And he's like, "Oh, I assumed you could do this before, but okay, that's pretty good. That's not a bad gift.
No.
We can work with this. This can be molded and improved. Maybe this god-killing situation is maybe not impossible." There are many tales of heroes defeating demons and devils in themes. Maybe spiteful prick gods need a superhero team to give them a check, yes?
Tanis will smirk a bit. Yes, I think that's exactly what they need. I am still trying to get the full scope of these powers. I was training with him for a while, and we got separated. Apparently now, he is also an Akros.
Wow, this is a very big coincidence that so many things are lining up on a random boat. This is, wow, quite a situation. I think that maybe we hold on to this information ourselves for now before we tell the group. They do not seem like the "let's go kill a god" type of person, yes? Did you like my impersonation of normal voice, yes?
That was very good, yes.
Dex smiles and dabs.
Is dabbing a thing in this world now? Are you making this thing canon in my world?
This is like
I
the
just made it
second time
canon.
you stabbed. I'm pretty sure it's just a Dex thing.
Oh, fudge.
It's his way of bowing. He just doesn't know how to do it right.
No, I'm just trying to start a trend, you know? 'Cause I always wanted to start a trend to be cool, but I've never started a trend or been cool.
Cool.
My new headcanon is that every time you do that, you actually had to sneeze, and then it just doesn't go out.
That's what Zen probably thinks. He probably like looks at him with such pity in his eyes, like, oh, I know what that feels like. I need to
That
sneeze.
sucks.
Tanis will think it's cute because he's trying to do something that's really weird, and she thinks he might just be spasming a bit. But she's gonna reach out and
Body
like
spasm.
pat the top of his head. Yes, this
There,
will
there.
be our secret for now.
Alright, we will look into your friend at Akros, and we will go from there. Maybe he has new information in the situation, but I show her my rock that I now have 2 pieces of. This is probably what I am searching most for to come to the same end that you are. This is a piece of a puzzle, almost literally. Information is said to have been scribed on this by the gods themselves, and I have been looking for the pieces of this. They have been scattered from Elitis. I have acquired several of them, but I still look fervorously.
Do I know what they are?
You would have recognized this piece because of your time and looking for information in Miletus. This is the piece of Pyranos. So it's that big blue stone in Miletus that has a bunch of engravings on it, with different languages and whatnot. And people, travelers, anyone leaves just random pieces of information on the rock. And it's mysticized, but many moons ago, your favorite girl Thassa decided to let one of her baby krakens out into the world, and it attacked Miletus and
Thassa.
broke the rock. And so that's why there are pieces missing.
Yes, this is very common trend that this bitch needs to get checked, yes?
Agreed.
I go up to cheers my drink.
Tanis will cheers.
It's at this point the group is slowly making their way to the tavern.
So anyways, I was coming from this super fancy house.
I was actually gonna roll because if we're just
Great.
walking, I'm trying my best to start read this journal I was given, and I gotta roll to see if I'm actually able to follow you guys and I don't get lost.
Walking and reading?
Aww.
Zen's gonna get lost!
What are you, Belle?
No.
No, but it's cute.
That's 6.
There's no stuck in a book. No denying he's a funny guy, that Zen.
Zen.
Yeah, I guess he's smart enough to look up every once in a while to make sure he's following you guys.
Thank
Yay.
goodness. I feel like Pyro would have just shown up randomly. He's like, gonna hold your hand.
Dude, you need to stay with these people.
No, we don't. She hates one of you and the other one she barely trusts.
Actually, that's very fair.
There.
Wait, which ones? Which ones?
Aw.
She likes me,
Thassa
right?
hates Aisling, and she barely trusts Cypress.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah,
there's no way that
she's
can go
already
on.
seen a few moments of tension between a few of us. Like she was actually there
Yeah.
for it, so it's not that stable.
Bad.
Yeah. Pyra is like Cynthia with the regards of, I don't know what to believe.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
I
yeah,
think
you
we'll end it
guys come
here for
back in.
today.
That
We'll end
seems
it
like a
here
good
where
time as
everybody
any.
comes back together.
Definitely gonna
Yeah.
ask, why didn't you? I thought you wanted to go to the library.
It's gonna just
To
yell.
me?
Well, no, because I also assumed
Tanis
that
was like helping him go around for the longest period of time to get to go
library
into
information. We found a lot of it.
I mean, to be fair, that was just her way of avoiding the Oracle, but it didn't matter anyways, because she still went to the Oracle.
Yeah.
and almost burned the place down.
Almost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm very
I'm
close.
gonna ask the unfortunate question:
Why didn't I go to the library? Are you really
Yeah.
gonna ask that, Terry?
why didn't you go to the library, and where is Cynthia?
Oh no, that's a
Ooh.
bad question. Bad question.
I mean, it's a good question. 'Cause
Danger question.
that is
Danger
some
question.
good
'Cause
information.
the last
but
time you saw her, like I think she was either following you or she was like wrapped around you or something. And now she's not here, and he's just wondering, like, did you guys usually stay together? What's up?
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Ooh, that'll be fine. That'll be a fun avenue to go down.
Just burn down the tavern,
My
why don't
question,
you?
I'm just
Dax look
surprised
like
that this
daggers. Sorry, go.
schmancy library didn't have any information or didn't carry any information on the thing in Aisling's dream. That actually surprised me.
Oh, I'm
That-
surprised you actually just believe them when
Yeah.
they said it, with no insight check or anything.
I know.
That seems like something that's not well known
Oh,
in the comic.
shoot.
Not
That's
available
right.
to the public when like they're normally not allowed in here, and even
Yeah,
less
there's
so. Like I assume there's a secret like
definitely-
few shelves of secrets.
No, I assume
Yeah.
there's like a secret underground library or something like that
Yeah.
that they don't let Moas in.
That or like half the books is just like useless information until you look at it under a black light, and then it's all the secrets
Dun,
just
dun.
hidden right in the library.
See that.
Yeah.
They have
Which,
all of the
also-
Pyranos.
Also, Corey, you said that you were going to send me some stuff that Cypress would know.
And I feel so bad for, my girl. She's been. Oh, go ahead. Jesus, I'll mute myself.
Oh, it's all good. No, it's all
Don't
good.
worry,
It's all
I will.
good.
Don't worry, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
throw
just
some
like a
of this-
reminder.
No, thank you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
reminding me. I gotta write that down before I forget. About temples.
Temples.
For your
Hmm.
god. I got you. Love your god. It's just because there was a lot of information I didn't want to go into a monologue of it. So that's why
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah.
All good. There's
What?
here, and here. But not here.
Like, I'll give the very brief
I'm really-
overview of it. But there's a temple considered
I
on
wonder
the edge
how
of the
long
world.
it'll take us to.
A temple on the edge of the world. That's cool.
What are you
I
wondering,
wonder how long
Aisling?
it'll take us to get to Akros. 'Cause I'm excited for us to get on the road
That'll
to
take
that.
a while.
On the road again.
How long it'll take us to get to Akros?
Well, it should be for another 2 months.
Well, we can take the road, or we can take the river and get on another ship.
So here's my
And-
question. This is just something I ponder.
You know what? I like the ship, so
No.
what?
Hypothetically, say we're fighting like a titan, a monster of that size.
Uh-huh.
What are the odds that we can, assuming we find something like goddish level to mess with the Nyx enough to send another of those like water dragons that created a river just to shoot it at the titan?
Oh, there's a lot of good items out there. I haven't told you guys about. Okay, so there is a story that I should have told you guys. I've never had a reason to bring him up, but you know how the returned are usually considered relatively docile up until recently.
Hmm?
So there's a return that's
Yeah.
there's a return that's basically almost legendary that has been around since who knows how long, and he's called the Grey Merchant of Asphodel. He walks around with a big sack over his
Ooh.
shoulder, and he
Tell us
usually
more
has
about his
items.
big.
Okay.
Oh my
Good
god.
Good
I'm
sir.
sorry.
I'm sorry. All I'm hearing is this is the like trans-dimensional walker of video games right before boss rooms that says, "Do you have everything you need?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically. Kind
Actually,
of.
DM that I played with in the past literally had a reoccurring NPC that he brought into every single game that he was a part of. Kind of got out of hand and ended up absorbing the plot and doing stuff. But basically, it really is that interdimensional, mysterious hooded figure that didn't need anything else, stranger.
Kind of, except he doesn't talk.
Yeah, this guy seems to do like his own thing, but a very similar interdimensional, mysterious, powerful figure.
I put a picture of him in visual aids, but he is apparently a traveler. Rumor has it in his past life he also was a merchant, and because of how when he was able to escape the
He
underworld,
was dedicated.
yeah, he was so dedicated in his past life that even though he has no memories of his past life, in his current life, this is what he does.
Mhm.
And you know
he-
that Bags can be fine.
Oh, that bag's got so much shit. Let me roll something to see if I can. You know the
you're
raptor?
packing a lot of
Pandora's
stuff. Your
box.
bag of holding looks full.
Yeah. Like that raptor that the captain has, you can get one of those from him. What else
Like
can
a
you get?
dinosaur
Oh.
raptor?
If you take a quick
The
pack,
bird.
we just save up a ridiculous amount of items and or money on
Yep.
the chance we run into this guy, because he'll have everything.
Yep. But he doesn't only just trade
First
in gold.
relevant chance I get, I'm. Ooh.
That's what I mean, like money, materials, and maybe information.
Sentimentality is important to him.
Oh,
He
no.
will never take my thing from me.
Right.
The higher sentiment value, the better quality.
Oh, he's not getting
You get.
anything from Tanis.
There's literally one
Oh
thing.
God.
You would only have one.
Oh, he's not getting any of my stuff.
Dex has nothing of worth to him then.
What is
Only
material
one member of
objects?
the deck.
I have no use for these
I
objects.
just realized half this, more than
Imagine
half
the
of you
practical
walk
uses.
without shoes. So like,
Yeah. I mean, Tanis.
Trying to
does
look
have
for
What do you need
one
those for?
high sentimentality.
Yeah, Dex has nothing like that.
Mhm. Wait, so question, with my role, was I able to kind of know what family Dex is from, or if
Too
there were
many things
any
like that.
influential people
Yes.
from Meletus?
Yes. I completely forgot. Yes. There are quite a few influential families in Meletus. Of course, the what's it called? The political family and the political figures of Meletus. I forget what they're called right off the top of my head right now. The people,
Politicians.
the politicians. Yes. I believe it's like the group of 7 or something. Not the art group, Kim.
I don't remember.
The
I did the Meletus intro and I don't remember.
I know, right? There's too many things in my head. But let me just pull it up quickly. Meletus. Opening up. Yeah, so
this.
those who are from so anyone who there are 5 major families who are in charge of certain schools that cover the 5 schools of philosophy, and then there are also the 12. So there's the 5 and the 12, and the 12 are the Council of Philosophers. But his family isn't part of any of those factions. His family is notorious,
Ooh.
but you don't know why 100%.
Yeah.
You can only guess. It's
Huh.
just weird that his family is known, but they have nothing to do with this.
Okay.
These things.
Interesting.
Yes.
Hmm.
I think. Let me just make sure. I think the closest family that might have any type of relation that anybody can really pull together when knowing who Dex's family is, they might think of him from, might be related to the Niclean philosophers. And I'll put that in. There's so many names. So many names!
I was also waiting for Dex to
in.
ask about the men in the
Many
helmet.
names.
Yeah, didn't ask.
Wait, sorry, what?
I was waiting for you to ask about the men in the helmet. Oh, he already forgot.
Oh,
100% forgot.
He
I
already
forgot.
Dex, do you remember what your last name is?
Yes,
It
it's Sagio.
is, and I hate it.
So hold on. So Corey likes to do this thing where, so I like to play this game very fast and loose and not plan anything, right? So I did a little
drives
bit
me
of planning. It drives her insane. So she does this thing where she constantly tests me, and if I don't say what I've written down, it's her free reign to do whatever she wants with it. So if I like put something on my character sheet and then the situation comes up and I don't do it, she just like crosses it off the character sheet.
She's like, nope, that's not it
It's
anymore. No
not
longer
canon
canon.
anymore.
Yeah,
So since
that's
none of us
exactly
have
it.
This
actually
is just
asked
your drunken memory.
exactly, if nobody has asked Dex's last name, it's still technically not canon because we're not in game right now. So
I mean, that's why I asked what
nobody
I know.
ever asked his name. Yeah. But
I would
you
know.
only know very little,
Yeah.
very little.
But I would
'Cause,
at least
like,
know
you
his
met
last
him in a-
name.
You know him in the back alleys. This
Yeah.
tiny little person you probably thought was a child.
There, I probably did.
And you took the advice.
Listen,
You
I was
did.
desperate.
Actually, I'm going to ask because I actually don't know this. Does anyone in the party speak Centaur? Or was it Minotaur?
No.
Minotaur.
Nope.
Minotaur.
Nope.
I was actually gonna take it to cheat because I know we're going to Akros next, but like when I really think about it, I think I have to take Abyssal or like whatever the bad demons talk and whatever like angels and gods speak.
I mean,
Your-
I already
your,
took Abyssal, so I
your
have
sheath is
Infernal
Minotaur.
and Abyssal, one being the devils, the other the demons.
Your
I
your
know-
sheath is Minotaur.
Alright.
2 languages other than common. I think you guys can probably guess what those are. Can you?
Nope.
I'm assuming.
Well, you're
Meow.
the DM.
Celestial
I put
and
Are you checking the character sheet?
who, me or
No.
her?
Go on ahead.
The Celestial one.
Yes.
Um,
One more.
I want to say whatever the Leolin language is.
Leonin.
Yes, Leonin.
The Leonin language is creatively named Leonin.
Okay, I didn't know if it
Super
was a creative
yes.
name or anything.
There's
Yeah, I guess right.
there's an Aarakocra language just named Aarakocra.
Super. Actually, there's
Mhm.
also a language amongst all animal type of creatures called
common.
Nine.
Perfect.
But yes. No, I believe Dex speaks Minotaur, unless you've taken it off your sheet. And if you did, then good luck, sir.
Nuts.
But-
Because there was also Abyssal in this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Abyssal
I
is the
think
other
I
language.
speak Minotaur.
Yeah, you do, don't ya?
Well, maybe I'll ask for help after the unfortunate questions.
I mean, if it's a book
And the
on
burning down of
potions,
data.
Tannis might be interested in that.
Well, he has some random scraps of paper with potions I like to drink. That's what those pieces of paper are called. Signed by Mullis.
Yeah. Did he know who was
Potions
there to
I
help me
like to
with that?
drink. Now that's a creative name.
But you did also get a small little pamphlet of potions, like potions to
also,
survive.
He is just gonna start calling you Pinky every time he's just.
Oh god.
And you haven't
I'm
casted
not
a spell
pink
this session,
anymore.
right? He hasn't casted any spells today, so that's good.
Which one of us?
You, Mr. Friggin' I have to roll a d4 every time you roll a spell to see if I have to go wild magic.
Oh, we did, but we forgot to do it last time.
Did you have a spell? Did you do something? Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Because he was burned
That's
before.
right. I completely
Tannis got one.
forgot. You're right. I'm sorry. I forgot to roll that. Okay, it only happens whenever the gods are paying attention, aka when when you or I remember.
It's a little asterisk next to it.
Not
Be like,
canon.
only when the gods are paying attention.
Only sometimes.
Because I found a table with fire magic as like its basis for wild magic. Yeah,
That's
so I'm like,
cool.
oh, this might be a good
Fun.
one. Mm-hmm.
Did you check
So-
the list to make sure you don't accidentally kill your campaign?
No, I should really. That's a smart idea.
I mean, especially if it's
Things
fire
DMs
magic
should do.
related. Like,
Yeah, I don't want you to die. by
Again,
accident.
there is that random magic effect where you just explode like you casted fire yourself.
I could survive.
just
that.
the normal
I
one.
could survive that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could.
you
We
could.
couldn't.
Well, I'm not saying you guys could. Maybe you could. I don't know you guys' dex or HP.
I mean, I am a tank.
I could roll all ones on that.
I
Could.
still think I die.
everyone dies.
Give me 2 more levels. I'll have like a revivify.
I don't think we would have that much time, if I'm being honest.
We'll see what happens. Y'all might die next session. Who knows?
I
Who
mean,
knows if
that
you're
could
gonna leave?
happen.
There's a project I wanted to work on.
Wouldn't be much of a game if that happens.
'Cause I have a question. How does enchanting items in your world work?
Depends on what you're doing, and depending on there's a few circumstances. So, give me an example of what you'd like to enchant, or what type of.
Let's just, for the sake of argument, say I was trying to enchant a gift for a member of the party.
Oh, cute. So with the particular god that you pray to, you have what's it called? Advantage. Because you're creating something. So you're lucky that you have that god under your belt, so.
Neat.
Mm-hmm. So if you're creating something, let's say, for example, if I believed in the god of tricks, and I wanted to make a joke trinket for somebody, like a magical item that when you use it, it's actually going to explode in your face instead of actually be useful, I'll get advantage because I'm following under my god's influence. But if I'm like, I follow under the god of tricks, but I actually want to make this orb give like clean, pure water, there's going to be some issues.
I mean, if I was going to do that, I think the best way to do that is to give my knuckle brawl kind of like barbarian or fighter friend enchanted brass knuckle, where every time he punches someone, a minor illusion like the word "pow" pops next to the person he hit.
I mean, I'm down for this.
Just every time he hits something, a version of the word "pow" and different little sparkly letters would just pop next to it.
That would be actually in Nick's letters, all the night sky, just in the stars, just pow.
Just pop,
Cute.
pop, boom, pow.
One.
Yep. But now, the one I was thinking was a little more complicated, and also was thinking about doing it like after. Hopefully, we mend a few bridges in this.
Yeah, you guys are still kind of on the edge with one another, so we'll see how this happens. But slowly, you guys are starting to realize that some of you may have more connections than you think.
Yeah. Oddly
Dun,
enough,
More than a few,
Candace may
I
trust
think.
Dex out of everyone here.
To know all the connections that we have. Like, I would at least
Still
like to know
a few more.
how many connections that we have yet to discover between.
Wait, Tannis might trust us more?
Yeah.
You specifically.
So you'll see, especially with that insight check, that like she is actually really grateful for the advice that you gave her. Because
Quite literally
In
changed
time.
her life.
yeah, in her mind, like meeting
Yeah.
that creature
Maybe
was
not for the
probably the
better.
best thing that's happened
True.
since everything happened. Like since the whole, Polis disappearing.
Honestly, I don't know if you like. Thank God this is tabletop, because Dex would never say this IRL. But Dex didn't think you'd make it back.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, Dex heard a rumor about this and like kind of wanted to just know if it was true.
It's true.
That's why he wanted to see if you'd come back alive.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Yep.
So then,
that's why
I think-
that's why Dex thought you were pissed at him and was like so like scared and tense because he thought you were about to like fireball him to next century.
no. And I think you'll also notice, because the markings on her, like the red that's actually on her body, those are actually there in game. And those weren't there the first time that you guys met.
Yeah, so that's probably it. It's like warlock tattoo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Warlock tattoo.
Also,
That's
it is
not
our
good.
bedtime
Yeah,
because she has work tomorrow now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Go
Rest well
get some rest.
and take care.
Peace. Also, so what up with that mask? What up with that hooded person?
You didn't
That's
ask.
the
I was
merchant
waiting for you to
That
ask.
she mentioned.
I'm asking right now.
Oh my god.
Quick, before Corey turns her computer back on.
Yeah, and
She's
I
not turning
also
back
got a mask.
Spill all the secrets. The
Request?
DM is silent.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. Good night.
Night.